afterwards.
3, 2, 1, and we are live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting, and the new big daddy of wrestling, handsome Jackie Jones. Lost my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
1 inch biceps, a power go. Bah! Did I scare you? Huh?
Pretty scary, man. You're a scary man.
Boss baby, man, it tells you what to do.
I saw your new movie opens this week, and I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's streaming on Peacock. So is it free on Peacock?
I don't know.
They say streaming on Peacock, but there are things I think you have to pay for on Peacock.
Probably because it's also at the movies in the theater. It's got a theatrical release.
Mm-hmm. Seems pretty pointless to put it up there for free and then just expect people to pay money to go see it.
Yeah, I think they're screwing themselves with all this stuff on the
streaming.
On the streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, let's get some shadow over my eyes.
Things are starting to get back to normal. I know.
Yeah,
WWE.
I went to the movies yesterday. Went up to Boston. Went to the movies.
Mm-hmm. WWE is going to be touring soon, and so what movie did you see?
I saw Censor,
which
is an independent horror film.
Yeah,
kind of a giallo.
You kind of look like a shadowy figure. It's like almost like Vampire Hunter.
I was trying to put some light here, but I couldn't really work. I probably should have worked on this before we went live, but like that's just too much light. I think it's not really working.
But now now we can see you.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can see side of you, but
keeps me a little mysterious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You think this is a sexy look? I was going to do this without a shirt. I actually took a selfie and put it on my on my Facebook. So if you're a Facebook friend of mine, you can see a topless version of this.
Topless.
Yeah, you see the hairy chest.
Uh-huh.
The vest.
Yeah.
But no shirt underneath it. But I didn't want to I thought we might get kicked off YouTube for being too sexy.
For being too revealing.
Mm-hmm. Too raunchy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to mark this for adults only.
No, I don't need to be on a stream that's for adults only. Right.
Yeah, I mean, we already have Headyverse members who, getting into the trouble for being naughty on the Zoom. I talked to him earlier, tried to get him to call in. I want him to man up. Man up, Lexar. But he said he's in the midst of a sex scandal and he needs time to recuperate.
Yeah.
That's all right. But
did you really just say just man up?
Yeah, I legit told him to man up.
Yeah.
I will say this. People take me far too serious on the internet. Earlier today, I put that everyone needs to man up to the heat. And some people get offended.
Uh-huh.
They're like, well, what if some people can't? They like medical conditions. It's like, it wasn't really that serious of a post. When I was like, you got to go up there and start pounding the sun or something. Like, fuck you, son.
Well, sometimes sarcasm it doesn't work in text. It just kind of you got to see like facial expressions for sarcasm.
I think humor though is becoming a thing of the past. Yes. I think soon it'll be, it's like a dystopian future where there'll be like a few people who remember like humor and jokes, and the rest of the world will think any type of statement is just like this is like some type of fact or like your actual inner thoughts. There's no nuance, there's no humor, there's no sarcasm. It's just whatever you say is
everything's so literal.
Exactly, a literal statement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nowadays they're trying to get Sasha Banks fired because she's an anti-vaxxer. And she didn't necessarily say she was an anti-vaxxer. She just liked a meme that was anti-vax pro.
I do think that's dumb, but I don't think you should be fired for it.
Yeah, they're trying to get her removed from the Mandalorian. Which, has she been on any other episodes? I mean,
No,
there's
no,
like,
I think just the one.
but I don't understand why like somebody thinks somebody should be let go from their job because they're not necessarily in favor of or not getting a vaccination, which
Right.
I think that's pretty cruel. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, what this is a thing. People like to try to get people fired. It
uh-huh.
doesn't necessarily. I mean, there's times it works, but I mean, it depends. I mean, I'm not going to say to never do that. Like if someone was like a child molester, or
Oh yeah.
rapist, that. But for something that you just don't agree with their politics, I mean, it's
Hmm. But I mean, all she really did was like a post. I mean, it could have been like one of her friends posted it and she feels bad for the friend. So she gives them a
yeah,
sympathy
that's the
like.
thing. People get in trouble. Well, not necessarily trouble, but they get called out for liking posts and stuff.
Hmm. Or you could have been scrolling down the page and maybe your
Oh, I've
fingers
liked
slipped.
stuff I've never read through, and then I'll realize it's something stupid, and I'll unlike it, or
Uh huh.
like someone will even ask me, "Hey, can you share this or retweet it?" And I don't fucking care, whatever. But
But losing.
if you're somebody like if you have like importance, I just don't just stay. If you're on social media, you kind of have to be, I
Just
guess.
don't like
Just
anything.
post the most meaningless stuff,
Hmm. Yeah.
and don't like anything.
Isn't it sad that it's like this though?
Yeah.
I mean, I know, like Kurt Russell, they asked him, he said he doesn't really want to share his opinions on politics, and then everybody blew up on him just for saying he doesn't want to share his
I will
opinion.
say though, I will say also, to be fair, because sometimes people say all these people did this, and it'll be like one or two people.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's been stuff like, oh, everyone wants this show, taking off it there. Everyone wants this song band. And
Yeah.
it's literally like two people on Twitter. Back in the day, no one would have known that there was probably always idiots who thought these different things, but no one knew but
Hmm.
now that everyone has social media, everyone has a platform. So it's like, oh, everyone wants this, but really it's like one guy in Idaho or something.
Vince Rudo in the chat room, he says, she says God made her, she will be okay.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
he also adds, Vince Rudo says,
I think
Nia
that was
Jax is
Nia
a real
Jax, wasn't it?
anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, I think Nia Jax said that. Not.
Oh, so
I'm
that's
not
what
saying what
Nia
I'm not
Jax
saying what
said.
you're.
That's
I'm
not
not saying. I'm saying that quote that Vince Rudo said. I believe is Nia
okay.
Jax.
Okay, Nia Jax said that, not Sasha Banks. Okay, correction. So yeah,
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, I see this often. And sometimes I'll think, hey, what a bunch of idiots! Or say they, everyone's against this, or they want to. But if you look into it, it's literally like two people.
yeah.
And
It
then
could be.
websites and stuff will pick that up and say everyone wants this, or there's a movement for this.
Hmm.
If it's one
Hmm.
guy or one girl, or like maybe a handful, three people, that's not a movement. You know what I mean?
But those people, they make fake accounts too, and then they try to really
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes
railroad it.
looking at it's no one else, saying this stuff. So.
I mean, I don't think she should be removed from. But they're trying to get Disney to do it.
There's
But
probably a lot of people in WWE who are anti-vaxxer. I mean, there's people everywhere, but
yeah, I would say. But I don't know. I just heard that piece of news and I was just thinking, God, how cruel is this world to just because you disagree with somebody,
yeah, I mean, I honestly
you want them
disagree
removed
and
from
think
their job.
it's pretty stupid, but I would never say someone should get fired or anything. That
Yeah.
to me, that stuff's really low when you're trying to get people fired.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, that should I can't say never. That should be up to only what's like something really heinous, like if they're a rapist or a child molester.
Yeah. Now, if I was a performer in WWE, I think it would be in my best interest to get the vaccination
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
because, I
Yeah.
mean, they got people coming up to them all the time and just,
Now,
but,
someone on the internet saying this, whatever,
uh,
but let's say her fellow workers say, I don't want to work with her. She's not vaccinated. Although it doesn't
Yeah.
really work that way, because if you yourself are vaccinated, she'd be the one at risk, not you.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did say I don't know if they said this the reason, but it was considered the reason they fired that one guy, because he wouldn't wear, he like went to, this was during the lockdown, and went to parties and wasn't a mask guy and stuff. And
I'm
then he
trying
was
to
around
remember.
Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is at risk, was at the time
Uh,
was at risk because of
yeah,
his
he
health
was
issues.
big risk because he was recovering from his
Yeah,
leukemia.
and that goes to
Yeah.
Jay Brone, and Roman Reigns is
Who
the
was
top
that?
dog.
Jeez, I remember the story. I just can't remember who it was. But
Yeah,
maybe the chat room will fill us in on that.
I got some more coffee from Boston, the North End.
Mm-hmm.
I walked 17 miles in the 98 degrees, so that's why I'm telling everyone I made the heat my bitch.
Yeah.
And so can you. So man up to the heat. No more post. It's hot and you're sweaty and all this bullshit. Man up.
Did you have a lot of people on your walk tell you it's really hot out here today? And then
Oh yeah,
did you
everywhere.
give them that speech that you just gave everybody?
I disagreed, to be honest. But no, I got right in their face like, you got to man up.
Make the heat your bitch.
Exactly. I
Mm.
already made the train tracks my bitch, so now
Yeah.
I'm working on the heat.
I'm not sure how that works, honestly, how you made the train tracks your bitch. I don't understand the logistics of that.
I humbled the train, ran the caboose, old world Iron Sheik style,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
moving train, and I freaking pissed all over the tracks.
Oh.
Yes, mine now, and they've you could tell they have submitted to me
Mm-hmm.
the trains.
I see. Huh. Well, do you think if a
And look,
speeding
I'm a
train,
man, you can take seriously.
I know you kind of looking like a superhero right now, which
Many
brings
people
us
believe I am.
to somebody who's almost a superhero, Nikki Cross, who, if a speeding train was coming at her in her superhero outfit, she's almost a superhero. Do you think she would be able to make the train her bitch?
First of all, Vince Russo saying I loved it when Gia, whatever her name is, got fired.
Toronto.
I liked that she got fired because I thought she was the worst part of the show. She was a very bad actor, but there was a big difference. They actually kept asking her. It was hateful stuff she posted. It wasn't like I'm against the vaccine, and then they kept asking her not to. The thing is, if you work for Disney, you should know I shouldn't put out anti-gay, lesbian, trans stuff. That's probably not
Yeah.
gonna fly well with them. And they kept asking her not to, and she did not comply.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a one tweet, and she was done.
Yeah. I haven't seen the shows.
I
I
wasn't
don't.
loving it either. I was like, yes, but I mean, I thought she's pretty.
Uh,
I honestly didn't like her on the show,
yeah.
regardless of. I mean, there's people I agree with or don't disagree with, and I like or dislike their acting or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
not, I did think she was terrible on the show.
Mm.
She's not. She's
I
not
I
good.
haven't seen her performance, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So I should watch it, but I just don't have Disney Plus. I'm not
Yeah,
one.
I was not against it, but I didn't watch
Yeah.
it for a long time. And then I got Disney Plus for 1 month, and I binge watched it. It was very good. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
tried to binge watch the Marvel stuff, and fuck that.
Yeah.
Not
Not too hot on it.
no, I thought that Vision Wanda show was the shits.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Everyone's like,
kind
keep watching it. You have to watch the first 3 episodes, you piece of shit.
of uh-huh.
I kept watching it. It's like, this sucks. I hate it. You gotta keep watching it. And I was like, oh man, it's exactly what I thought. It's not reality. Like, it
Yeah.
still sucks. You gotta watch a 4th episode. Watch a 4th episode. This still sucks. What the hell are you still watching it for then? You don't sit there and bitch about it and watch it. The same people who kept yelling at me to watch it.
Mm.
It's never happy, I'm sure.
Huh. Well, I I kind of checked out on the Avengers. I know you were big on the Avengers, but it just when they started putting all the people together and everything, it really just felt like kids playing in their costumes or something to me.
I
So
think that was I don't. I actually don't like the first Avengers, but I do like Endgame, the Endgame
I
movie.
have not seen that one, but I did see the first one. Vic Chavone likes Loki in the chat room. He
Look,
says Loki's good.
if you anyone likes this stuff,
Hmm.
more power to you. Watch it all. I'm sure a lot of it's great. I actually enjoyed the majority of the Marvel movies I've watched.
Yeah,
Um, it's just it's too much. All these companies they want you to they want your whole life to be their product. So you have to
yeah,
watch, 1,000 movies. Okay, the movies came out every couple years for a while. Then they came out maybe a couple a year. Okay, that's fine. Then the series come out and they're all connected to the show, to the movie. So you have to watch all the movies to know what's going on. And then you've got to watch all these series now to know who all the characters are and the storylines. This is too much. It's like the
mm,
WWE when they had Raw, it's SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT UK, all this
yeah.
stuff.
Just
It's
too
like
much.
I'm not watching 20 hours of WWE every week. It's just
Hmm.
too much. And what it did, it made me just stop watching all of it. Now I just watch the pay-per-views basically for the show. If it wasn't for the show, I don't know if I'd even watch them.
All right, but they're about to have crowds soon, so
It does help, but I don't think I'll never be able to follow all the product they put out. It's just too much.
yeah. Well,
Even
they've
if I was liking it, it's like that's because it's okay. If it was 1 week, like when it's WrestleMania week and there's 12 hours, okay, I can do that 1 week, but I can't watch all that every week. I'd be
yeah.
not doing anything else.
It is rather hard to fit in the program because I watched Raw this week and I had to I watched it in two sittings and I'm going to have to start trying to watch it live or not live, but after it happens. But it's before the show. That's what I'm saying. Um, it is kind of hard to get it in there though.
It's too much.
Too
I love
much.
AEW, but
Ubuku.
I don't watch Dark. I don't watch Dark Ascend or whatever it's called. Another show. I really like AEW, but I don't know. Too
You're
much
not
product.
feeling Rampage.
No, I'll give it a shot. At least it's on TV. I'm old school.
What
It's like
day is it going to be on?
Fridays, which is a terrible day. But I mean,
Ooh.
I'll probably DVR it.
So it's Friday at like what, like
I don't
9?
know. Their shows are doing rotten since but I know this always happens. Back in the day when Raw or like Nitro would get preempted to a different day, because they
Hmm.
had like the dog show or whatever,
I
they'd
mean,
always do poorly. So
yeah. I mean, people get used to Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, sit down and watch it.
So I think this week they actually put on a really good show, but the last few weeks before this week, I did think is almost like they were just like we know no one's watching this, so we're just going to put on like shows we're not really going to. Saying the guys tried hard,
Hmm.
but they didn't really put a lot of thought into the show. I don't think. I think that was a mistake because even if people weren't watching it live like me, they probably would DVR it or something or watch it on demand. But I did think this week was a really good.
Well, what do you think about Orange Cassidy feuding with Blade now?
Nah, I mean, it'll probably just be one show. I think. I
You
don't think
don't
this
think
will be
it's
an
going to be a
ongoing
on
feud.
running feud with
No,
Orange Cassidy
no.
because they had a bit of a thing on the show where he
Yeah, I'm
attacked him
fine
after
with
the match.
because you have matches every week. So if you have a little bit of story going into them, it just makes it more
Hmm.
interesting. But I doubt this will be like an ongoing program.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I don't foresee it. If it's so, I think it's a huge mistake because like I said, for like the last year, when you really built up Orange Cassidy, goes over Jericho.
Hmm.
Really should have went with him for the title after that. They kind of not cooled him off, but put him in like lesser feuds, and he lost most of them. But this last pay per view, to me, showed like the money feud is Orange Cassidy versus Kenny Omega for the title. So to not eventually go in that direction in the near future, I think would be a huge mistake. But I think they're going to go with Christian, which I think the match will be good, but I really don't care about Christian going for the title.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be motivated being in a main event spot, though. So we'll see.
Do you like what they're doing with him and Matt Hardy so far?
No.
Don't like big money Matt at all.
I don't like this gimmick at all.
Still not.
I think it's awful. I think it's terrible.
I kind of like it that he's a sleazy guy who's just doing things for money.
The thing is, he changed. The week before he did this, he was another gimmick, and then he just changed his gimmick. It's just phony.
Yeah. He's saying that he would like to have his retirement match with his brother in AEW. Do you think that's going to happen?
That'd be cool. Now that you have the crowd again, honestly, he should do the broken stuff. I think that gets over at the crowd, even if it's not really my cup of tea. It gets over with a live crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When it was fresh and new, I thought it was fun to watch. I didn't know necessarily what to make of it, but that was when it was in Impact. But ever since it left Impact, it just hasn't worked. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the audience that's watching it that it's like they were just watching Impact no matter what, so it just worked better. Maybe, I don't know. But I did watch Impact as well. So I've watched Raw, I've watched Impact, I've watched AEW from Saturday, I watched SmackDown. I am up on the shows, Jack.
I really like the Jungle Boy Kenny Omega match. Like a lot of people, a lot of the old wrestlers, I agree that you've got something in Jungle Boy. I do think Jungle Jack Perry, as I always mention on the show, is a better name. I tip the hat to Jim Ross. I agree with him on that. Jungle Boy is never going to be a name for a top guy. He's very good, though. Good babyface. Good stuff with Kenny Omega.
Yeah, they had a good match. And when his family was in the crowd, you're thinking, oh, could he actually win? But no, he didn't. They didn't let him win that one. But it's good stuff. The Elite Hunter came out again. Frankie Kazarian. I didn't see no Joey Janela on the show either.
I think Kazarian's a good wrestler, but I don't think he's a guy who should get a manager because he's not a good promo.
Yeah, I want to say he cuts an enjoyable promo.
Another thing with
I don't think he's
Matt,
terrible.
I don't think his group is cohesive at all. I can't even ever remember who's even with Matt.
Yeah, it is kind of hard. I just know Private Party, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's Private Parties really is someone that they've really diminished. They were really over when the show started and had a unique look, and now they're very generic and not over at all.
Yeah.
I don't think a teaming with Matt has helped them at all.
They kind of do that with some people where they've got them in a good spot, and then they bring them back, and then they lose all their momentum.
Sometimes that can't be helped, but that is an overall problem with AEW for me. Is I don't have a problem with not having everyone on the show all the time. I actually think that's a good thing to do, but you should keep the guys that you are using on the show almost every week. So if you're using these guys, you keep them on so everyone sees them. You can't use a guy, give them a little bit of a push, and then they're off TV for like months. That's how Scorpio Sky was. They would give him little pushes, and then I wouldn't see him again for months. So it's really hard to build any momentum or get fans behind him.
No,
not everyone like these. Some guys will come on and they'll be like 19-2 or whatever, and I'm like, well, I've only seen this guy one time, but I guess he's wrestled a bunch of times on Dark, and I don't watch Dark, so I know that's my fault. But at the same time, if you don't watch Dark, you don't even know a lot of these guys.
Yeah, just something about just like it's on YouTube. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be they're going to put everything into it. And I've watched a little bit of it before, and it does seem very
And I think there's a use for that. I think you should use it sort of like WCW Saturday Night or what NXT was before it became an actual TV show, where not developmental, but have your guys there that either we're taking them off TV for a little bit, they just in a big feud. Instead of going right to another feud, we'll take them off TV for a little bit, but keep them active, and then we'll bring them back, when we have another feud for them. And also guys that there's a lot of guys there that I think have potential, but aren't or should not be on TV yet. That big Italian guy, he should not be on TV. He might have some. He's kind of a goofy, like he's got the goofy charisma stuff, but he's clearly not ready to be like that. He's like he was the guy that had the match with Orange. Was it this week or last week? And he's like falling around, like he's not coordinated. He shouldn't be on the main show. The big caveman guy, I actually think has an awesome look, and you could get something out of him, but he's not ready to really be on the show yet.
Yeah.
On that level. There's the guy that does the punch. There's a lot of guys like that. Keep them on Dark, get them some experience, and then eventually then bring them up to the main show.
Yeah, and don't de-push the people who are getting over on your show, because you keep the viewers on your show, because
and then the people who watch Dark, and then you could show highlights of Dark. They never show highlights. Like when someone does debut, show a 2-minute video package of stuff they've done on Dark, or even have a 3-minute highlight package of what happened on Dark this way. Hey, this happened on Dark. This is a guy to look out for when he eventually comes to Dynamite. Just stuff you could do.
Darby lost his 2-on-1 match with.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he's like one of the budding stars on the show, and
but he shouldn't be two guys. He shouldn't be two guys. I think the setup of the match made no sense. I thought the match itself was good for what it is, but the setup made no sense. Instead of him just telling Sting to stay home, they should have done something where they took out Sting somehow. They locked Sting up somehow. They kept Sting out of the match, and so it became the 2-on-1. You know what I mean?
Now,
it made no sense. Why would Darby Allin, a guy that's like 150 pounds, which I don't really care about that, but why would he fight 200 pounds or to anybody? It doesn't make any sense.
Jonathan Jackson just threw down the gauntlet here in the chat room. He says, you're not an AEW fan if you don't watch Dark.
Yeah, but he's like a big spit mark, I've noticed.
Jonathan Jackson?
Yeah, on the Facebook. He's all about spitting on children. How weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Strange. What's with that, Jonathan Jackson?
I don't know, but I'm just putting it out there. I'm anti-spitting on anyone, but very, very against the spitting on children. I've always been that way.
So Ethan Page has challenged Darby to a coffin match.
That works.
I'm looking forward to that. I want to see a good coffin match. Is that tomorrow? I think it is tomorrow. Oh, it came off. Oh, your hat's ruined, buddy. You just ruined your hat. Oh, my goodness.
I think one was already missing now.
You're going to have to call up the lady who does Macho Man stuff to fix it for you.
Yeah, I have a real Macho Man hat. I should wear it on the show one of these days. Maybe maybe season 2 they'll come over and try to buy it from me.
They could. You never know. They could be like, we got to go get Macho Man's hat from Neil Jones.
WrestleMania 10.
They did have one of the outfits. I think it was. I don't think it was wasn't the Mega Powers one or something. One of Macho's outfits that they were trying to sell, but I think the guy asked a lot for it and he wouldn't let it go. If I remember right, I may be remembering wrong. I'm not sure.
Urias says Darby Allin's a bit supernatural, like Sting and Taker, so his powers. I don't see that at all. He never does anything supernatural. He's a dark character, but not a supernatural character.
Yeah, I mean, he takes a lot of painful things, but I don't think that.
Yeah, but he's a
supernatural
human.
thing.
Yeah, he doesn't like come back from the dead or shoot anything.
No, not yet. Anyways, you never know.
I hope they don't. I'm not a big fan of that normally. There's exceptions sometimes, but overall, I'm not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler says, "Who's to be honest to?" I'm not sure.
Oh, to be honest, that's true. Let's see. I'm not sure.
I was gonna wear the flag suit that I wore last year, but I thought about this too late. I might wear it next week. I know it'll be after the 4th. Or will it be the 4th? I don't know.
The 4th is Sunday, yeah.
Okay, so I might wear it for the 6th. So that's something to look forward to for everyone else.
Bam. Flag suit.
Exactly. I still, by the way, John Brown's going to send me his address. I'll send him the autographed Guys and Fries picture. I still have, I think, 2 left. So anyone tonight, if you send $10 or more through Super Chat, I will sign a Guys and Fries photo. It's there's 3 left in existence. Well, 2 left now. I'll sign it, send it to you. There will not be any more of these particular ones made. I may do some new ones in the future if people are into this. I may do some different photos.
But you got to have the first print.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 that will ever be made.
Until he makes some more.
Urias says supernatural with skateboards. Yeah, I don't believe skateboards are supernatural. Maybe he thinks they're they're just like floating or something. Maybe he thinks they're run by ghosts.
There's this invention called the wheel that the skateboard actually rolls on. So,
well, Urias is like from Romania or something. They might not have wheels there.
I think they got wheels in Romania. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah.
We'll have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I won't get you fired. Photocopied. It's not photocopied, bitch. All right.
No.
So what was going on in this Impact?
Impact? Let's see what was going on in Impact. I know I watched it, but let's see.
That kind of looks like a sombrero.
I know. Geez, let me think of something. You had Moose and Sammy Callahan. They're teaming up. They're going to be joining forces with another participant who I can't remember at this moment, and they're going to take on Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. I think that's what it is. Who was the other guy that was teaming with Moose and Sammy Callahan? And Tommy Dreamer's like the commissioner right now, so him and Scott D'Amore, they're kind of like Tommy's from Anthem, and they got a reproduction belt that they're about to sell.
Oh, I thought you were say the reproductive system. They were doing like sex ed or something.
No, they're not doing that. Not on Impact. I hope not.
So they're doing a replica belt of what?
The title belt. They said you can get your pre-orders.
They've never had one before. They've had to have had them.
I don't know if they did the one with the owl on the top. Like I know they did ones of the other one, the one that Omega's still carrying around for whatever reason. I don't know why he's carrying that one around, because it's the owl's the current one.
Maybe they didn't trust them to do business. They're like, he's going to skip town with our title.
Well, he has both of them on when he comes out, just so he has more gold.
Oh, probably.
So he has the old TNA one. It says TNA in the center, and then he has the one that has the Anthem owl at the top. I know people hate the Anthem owl, but for some reason I like it.
It's kind of like the winged eagle, but it's the owl. What do you think is cooler, a winged eagle or the owl? Owl's like it's supposed to be wise.
Yeah, exactly. I probably would say I like the winged eagle better, but I do like the owl.
I know you're kind of, you've been anti-tattoo, but now that could be a good tattoo for you, the Anthem owl.
The Anthem owl? Where would I put it?
It's like, kind of like Cody on the neck.
On my neck.
Yeah. That's always a good place for the first tattoo.
Yeah, just put it right here.
You can just get in your head tattoo. That's the way you should do it.
Well, he's got the name badge on his chest already, where it's just like, I don't understand that tattoo.
I mean, I wouldn't get it, but I don't mind that so much. It is better than the neck tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like name tattoos or words. Like Charlotte's the big I think those look terrible.
She's got a lot of
people
words
have the big
her.
phrases tattooed on them. Like it looks like someone just wrote like a recipe on them or something.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
It doesn't look nice. If
No.
you're gonna get a tattoo, get something that looks nice, like the Frankenstein's monster or something.
Mm-hmm. I'm not. I'm just. I don't like tattoos in general on women. But you know, if you're a dude, I don't really care if you get a tattoo. But
Then you think they're
I'm.
hot.
Yeah. No. Um. I don't like Charlotte's tattoos at all though, especially just that little text. It's like I can't even
Yeah, I
read it.
don't. Yeah, you can't read it from a distance. I don't think they. I've seen other people. I just don't think they look good on anyone. I've never seen one a big text tattoo that looks good.
Then they get them on their arm where it's just coming up their arm. I
Yeah, I
don't
just don't like
understand that.
it. Brains
They're
with the
trying
no.
to hide it, but they're not. Like I don't understand why you'd even want it.
Brains wants to know if I should make you a Confederate jacket.
No, I don't need that.
You
I
can
don't
wear.
want no
We could be
Confederate
matching.
flag. Pass on that. No. I seen one flying the other day, a Confederate flag, and I was
Oh,
like,
really?
there's one.
I really expected to see him everywhere when I was with Mitten in Kentucky. Like, not even joking. I just assumed that would be everywhere. But I only saw
It's not
one.
that bad, I don't think. I mean, you'll see them here and there, but I don't think they're everywhere.
No, I only saw one. And I
Yeah.
remember I was worried because I had a shirt that said hell on it. And I was like, what are they going to think? And he was just like, no one's going to care. I just assumed everyone was like this, like really God fearing hillbilly with Confederate flags and guns and stuff. But
Nah.
everyone was pretty cool in Kentucky.
I mean, you're in Lexington. Lexington's a very
Well, when
well
we went on
populated
we
area.
went on
Bourbon Trail.
this was
Mhm.
way out in the middle of the sticks. That was the only time we did see it. It was like some farm way out. They had a big Confederate flag flying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we didn't like stop there or nothing.
You didn't? I
No.
probably would have liked you to visit.
I do. I think it was Jim Cornette's the Cornette Castle.
No, I want to think it would be Cornette's Castle.
We should have. I wanted to just go to Cornette's place. You think he would have let us in, or
Probably not. Just if you showed up unannounced and you had Mitten with you. I mean, Mitten.
yeah, that's true. If it was just me,
Like who's this guy?
me and his wife are tight. She'd be cool.
I don't know.
The
Maybe
horror
she would let
fan
you
with
in.
me. Me and her are horror fans.
You might have. They might have put you to work. You never know.
Put me to work. What the
Put you
hell?
to
I don't
work.
want to go to work. Make me
Who
dinner.
are you, Maynard G. Krebs or something? What are you?
Why? Who wants to go to someone's house for a visit and they just like, all right, now go wash your car, go mow our lawn? What the hell?
I didn't mean wash the car.
You mean like hot tub action? Like we try to get you in the hot tub.
Wasn't good at doing it. Wasn't doing it. No hot tub.
We would have been bonded for life.
I don't need that. I think I got enough of you as it is. All right.
Never have enough of me.
Oh, I think I've got enough.
Good Lord. Jackson says you would have had a fun time in the hot tub.
Jonathan Jackson says this.
I think you're afraid of fun in a way.
Afraid of fun.
Yeah, you're afraid you might enjoy yourself.
No, I just didn't want to get in the hot tub. Didn't want to do it. I mean, it is a lot of stuff. I mean, you got to strip down and put.
Strip down.
Well, you got to get it. Yeah, I didn't bring any swim trunks, and then Jason Mitten's like, "I brought an extra pair," and I'm like,
well, that was thoughtful of him, I thought.
"It's like, why'd he bring an extra pair?" It's
Just
like, damn.
in case you came along and needed some.
I don't know. I don't know. An extra pair. I don't want to wear somebody else's swim trunks either.
What if I was sitting there with just this vest on?
I mean, I just drive back home probably.
I don't think me and Interd will never meet again. That was the last time we met, and probably the last time we ever see each other again.
Because you're scared.
No, I'd meet you anytime, but you hate me. Said you
No,
just said you had enough of me.
I don't. Um, I don't. Um, uh, maybe one of these days.
Lies.
It'll probably happen. Good Lord, come on.
I was invited earlier to a show in Charlotte, which I really would like to go to, but it's the same week I'll be in Chicago.
What's the show in Charlotte?
Mad Monster Party, which I normally do in February, but they're doing it in September this year.
Why they got to be switching it?
I don't know. I would like to go, but I don't know how how far away is Charlotte from
Oh,
Chicago.
that's probably
Get Matt to drive us down to Charlotte.
that's probably a 12, 13 hour drive, I bet. I would
In
say.
a private jet, we'll just fly on down.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just fly everywhere you wanted to go? If you had
We
your own
need to
like
work on
pilot,
teleportation.
that would be sweet. If just beam me up,
What if,
or like
what if
what?
Matrix was just real? Is it really so bad if you really just think, even if your body's just laying there, really, if your body's just like a hunk of flesh, but you don't really know it, you can do whatever you want, and it's like it's really happening. Is it really that bad?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, we could just sit
If you
here
just
as
didn't know,
husks, flesh husks, and go
ignorance
do
is
whatever the hell
bliss.
we want to do.
That's true.
Was that guy? Was what? Who's the
Neo,
Nemo? Finding
Neo is
Nemo or whatever the fuck his name is. Was he happier being out of the Matrix? No, everyone's
no.
fucking grungy and sucks. He could have just been jumping around with a cool trench coat and sunglasses.
Out of the Matrix. He gets in fights with Steve Carino. So, well, I don't think they actually had a fight, but they had some words with one another.
Was he in the? He was in the Matrix.
No, Steve Carino. He he was talking to like this girl he was seeing at the time, and Keanu just came up and started talking to her because he knew her. And Steve was like, "Excuse me," he's kind of blowing Steve Carino off,
Oh wow.
like not like that, like whatever. He like this guy that just isn't even here, and Steve kind of
I've come to a
Steve
conclusion.
asked him who he was. He
I
was,
rewatched Bram Stoker's Dracula,
mm-hmm.
and I think that's the most contrasting acting talents ever on film at the same time. Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman. You have a really great performance. Gary Oldman as Dracula, especially in the castle stuff. And
Uh-huh.
one of the worst film performances I've ever seen is Keanu Reeves in Dracula. It
I
is
do
such a
question the casting of Keanu in that as Jonathan Harker, but I I, I don't think he was particularly good in the role, and
no, he's very
yeah.
poor. Like shockingly bad, I'd say.
And you had another excellent performance with Anthony
Oh
Hopkins
yeah.
as Dr. Van Helsing.
Yeah, I read the book recently for the first time. I listened to the audiobook. So I rewatched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, besides the love affair and stuff,
It's pretty accurate.
yeah, it's
It pretty
I
much
think it's
goes
an accurate version.
mm-hmm. Well, Francis Ford Coppola is very familiar with that. I think Winona Ryder was a big proponent of adding the love story aspect to
It
that movie.
works. I'm not
But
against it.
yeah, outside of that, like
Vince
it
Rudo
is
says
very
someone
accurate.
watched the Red Letter Media Dracula review. I actually did, but after I listened to the audiobook and watched the movie again.
Red Letter Media Dracula review.
Yeah, it's a
What is this?
very funny show.
I
I
don't
do
know.
watch that.
Oh, I'm not familiar
One
with
of
it.
the only YouTube things I watch.
Oh, hmm. Did they not like Dracula, or did they
Oh
just?
no, the one guy loved it.
Uh-huh.
The other guy liked it. But
So have you changed your opinions on it? You used to bury
no,
it.
I still don't like the movie.
Because of Keanu Reeves,
Got
or
some
I
other
mean,
reasons. I don't think it's a good movie.
you say it's an accurate portrayal of the book.
It is.
Do you not like the book? Let's think about this. Do you really hate the movie? Come
I
on.
don't hate the movie, but I don't like the movie. I think a lot of the acting in it's pretty bad. Gary Oldman's good in it. The two old guys are good in it.
Anthony Hopkins,
Yeah,
the two old guys.
yeah.
Anthony Hopkins and well, Gary Oldman's not. Well, he wasn't
Well, he's
necessarily
not
old
old.
at that
He's
time. He
old
was.
men. The
He
old
plays an
man and
old man.
Oldman.
Hmm. That's true. Working your way out of that one, eh?
Exactly. But no, I'm not a big fan. But there will be a video show I'm going to do with my brother, book versus movie, because I've been listening to a lot of classic horror novels, and I've been trying to do ones that have matching movies. First, I was just doing it just because, but
Yeah.
now I have a reason to do it. So we're going to do a show where we talk about the book and talk about the movie and compare the two.
Okay. Okay. It's been a long time since I read Dracula, but um, I have read it. So,
Brain says OIB hates it because there's no Belmont in it.
if only they would have just added a Simon Belmont in there and whooped his ass. No, not necessarily. I like the Dracula, Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. There was like I forget who played. I think it's like, and I think it was pretty close to the book. I think Jack Palance, I think, was in it, or maybe it was somebody else. I'd have to look at my VHSs
He
to
did
figure.
play Dracula. I
Yeah.
actually have that somewhere because I remember when they re-released it, some company they sent it to me, and I don't know if I ever watched it.
I have it on VHS. I think it's that one, and I remember it being pretty close to the book as well. So, but it's been a while since I've seen it.
I'm not really a big fan of any Dracula film. I like Nosferatu.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh my god, that's just awful. That's like talk about contrast between the comedy and one of the all-time great horror comedies, and then oh my god, it's so bad. But happy birthday to Mel Brooks. He turned 95, I think, yesterday.
95 years old.
Yeah, still kicking. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is better than the Castlevania Netflix. Are those fighting words?
I'm not necessarily huge on the Castlevania on Netflix, even though I'd have like all the figures for it. That's just because I'm a Castlevania collector. But there's good things in the series, but it could be it's the writing on it seems very amateur hour to me. I mean, honestly.
My boy JJ here in the chat room, he says Jack stealing Intro versus series right from under him. But I don't believe Intro invented the versus idea, but he has a new one out there. So I have an idea for your microwave versus oven.
Yes. My current episode is White Castle burgers. So far I've done fried chicken, Hungry Man fried chicken, and I've done White Castle burgers, and there was another one. I think pizza. I think it was like the Red Baron little mini pizzas. I think I did that.
I think you should go to a restaurant. So go to what's your favorite steak place?
Probably Outback. I like
Outback. Go to Outback. What do you get? Sirloin or like a ribeye or?
Normally a sirloin. It's the Outback special.
So order 2 specials and say, I want you to cook the one like you normally do and do the other one in the microwave.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want a steak out of the microwave. I know better than that. Could you get one actually done in a microwave?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think it would be good. It would get done because, like, if you thaw out meat in the microwave and you put it in too long, it starts to cook. It wouldn't be good though. It wouldn't be brown. It would just be like gray and cooked.
It's gray, and
you might like it. I don't know. Maybe it's a future one you could do.
Maybe I could try that one, but I have some other ideas I would like to try first. But Yeah.
Shadow of the Vampire is best. I was a big fan of Shadow of the Vampire as well.
Well, Nosferatu, that is
Yeah,
technically the
I actually
Dracula
like all the
story.
Nosferatus. I like the original. I like the Klaus Kinski remake, and I'm a big fan of.
They just changed the name of the vampire
I know
because,
he's
but
more monstrous in those than the
mhm.
Dracula movies.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't watched them all since I was a little kid. I did rewatch Bram Stoker's, but maybe I'll watch them all. Because if I do book versus movie those, I'd have to watch like 500 movies.
on the Dracula,
Yeah,
like you're gonna have to watch them all.
yeah. I probably won't watch them all, but I'm saying if I really wanted to be, fair about it, I'd have to watch many, many films.
Well, The Shining's definitely one of them, but you would have
Yeah, I
to watch
listened
the
to The
mini
Shining.
series as well.
Yeah, that's fine. I just I listened to the Stand. I actually bought the Stand, the original miniseries on DVD because that's what I'd like to do. And then I just got Paramount Plus, so I'll watch the new one.
Hmm.
But yeah, I listened to what Exorcist, the sequel to the Exorcist book, which is Exorcist 3, the movie, Jaws, bunch of them. Spoiler: I will say Jaws, the movie is superior to the book. It's probably one of
Yeah,
the rare instances of that.
I've never read the book, but
Yeah, it's really surprised. It's much different, and I don't think it's nearly as good.
yeah,
Some people like it more. They said there's more stuff in it, which there is, but I think everything that's in the book that's not in the movie. I think it was right to cut it out. Also, the best scene's not in the book when they're comparing the scars and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Harper's an asshole in the book. Actually, no one's really likable in the book. It's I don't know, not really big on it. Watch the Shining remake. I've seen it.
I've seen it. Yeah,
Not a fan.
uh, I mean it's pretty accurate with how the book is, but I
It's
mean,
more accurate, but I think it's
yeah,
not nearly as good as the movie, the actual film.
yeah, I agree with that.
Squirm is a classic horror film. I don't think it's a book though.
Hmm.
Dead Zone. I listened to. I don't know. I've listened to a lot of books, but
If you do Frankenstein, there's a bunch of Frankensteins too.
yeah, I just saw a new Frankenstein. The Abominations of Frankenstein.
Could you do it? Could you do one series, one on a time on each movie?
Yeah, it's possible.
Instead of just saying we're
Right.
looking at, you know,
Comparing. Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. We're
Mhm.
we're going to do the Jack Palance one, or
I know my brother. I forget which one my brother likes the most. Franklin Langella, I think. Franklin Langella Dracula.
I have one that says Peter Cushing's is in it, but he isn't in it. Like it says on the front of the box, and I think that's the one that I'm thinking of. So I'd have to go back and watch it.
Brain says that I like or hate Doctor Sleep. Well, I wouldn't say I hated it, but I would not say I liked it. I would be more on the dislike.
I still want to watch that. I haven't seen it, so
I didn't hate it, but I didn't care for it either.
mm-hmm.
There is some good stuff in it. It's definitely not a movie I hate, but I wouldn't say I was a fan of it though either. That is, I know he didn't mean anything by it, but that is a problem on the internet. Is people see everything as either like something you love or you hate. There's no like middle grounds. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lots of movies I don't think are great, but I wouldn't say I hate them. And there's also movies I like, but I wouldn't say I love them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else wrestling related?
I, I don't know. I mean, I've watched everything, but nothing's really sticking with me. We got the Hell in the Cell coming up. Not the Hell in the Cell, Money in the
Before we're
Bank.
off movies, though, this Thursday live, Jeremy Ray Taylor of he was Ben Hanscom in the 2017 version of Stephen King's It, and he's also in Chapter 2. So that will be live this Thursday. It was going to be live last Thursday, but he had to reschedule. So I'm looking. That'll be very fun. And if you share the show, spread the head, just like we spread in your head. Spread there's a YouTube link on the Without Your Head YouTube. Share that wherever you want, and you have a chance, Incher, to win an officially licensed promotional red balloon. It's never these you'll get one that's never been blown up.
Oh, excellent.
There's two of them. We got two of them. Just share it. I'll put everyone's name. I might even bring up the prize wheel. Spin the prize wheel.
Prize wheel.
All right. So what were you about to say, Andrew, before I cut you off so rudely?
Just that Money in the Bank's coming up, and Drew McIntyre at the end of Raw, he worked his way into the match, so he gets a shot at the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Talk about that's really been like that's just gone on way too far. It's kind of like when they did all the stuff with Luger, and then eventually it just went too far, and no one wanted to see him win the belt anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've done the same thing with Drew. I think they've gone too far, and I think you want momentum, and so you don't want just like you start and then he gets the belt. You want to build it up to the right spot, gets the belt. But I think they built, and now it's on the send. So if you give them the belt now, I think the interest is down here instead of up here.
Yeah, it's just this weird booking with WWE and why they want to make the company first and not let people be superstars anymore. But that brings me to another story that I just thought of. What'd you think about the story of the lady who's worked on WWE Creative and she didn't even know Bobby Lashley's name? Or
I think that they're idiots that they hire. It shows why the show sucks. Why do you hire people who don't even know the show? Never watched wrestling, don't even know the name of the people work there. And also, if you are a writer and you get signed to work for a company, why would you not? Why at least the very least watch a show and know the people that are on there? Let's say you never watch Game of Thrones, and they sign you to be a writer on the show, you'd have to at least go and watch the other seasons and know who the characters are. We're like, oh, I just got signed to help write, the season 6 or season 2 of Picard, but I've never watched Star Trek. Maybe I should go watch it and know who all the characters are.
I couldn't imagine going into a creative meeting without even knowing any of the participants that you're writing for's names.
No, I think it's evident. Well, that's why we see such shit.
Like, why do they have this system in place where they want people who are just writers to come in and write for the show and not have a wrestling mentality?
I think it boils down to like they've always wanted to get away from the term wrestling. They see it as bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or they want to always say sports entertainment. They don't say wrestling on TV. If wrestling wasn't in the title WWE World Wrestling Entertainment and in WrestleMania, I don't think you'd ever hear of wrestling.
Yeah.
They're always trying to do other things outside of wrestling. They're always trying to say their movies and their entertainment. And it boils down to this. It's like, we don't want wrestling people writing this stuff. We want Hollywood writers and stuff, because they have this weird mentality that wrestling is a negative thing. And I don't understand it. It's wrestling. Brains, did Jack dislike Picard? I haven't watched it yet.
I have not watched Picard. I'm still on I think season 5 of Star Trek. So the Next Generation. And so I wanted to get done with that, but I seen that they're going to try to have a Q on. And so that's interesting. Q is one of my favorite.
Yeah, from understand, because Troy told me, not Enterprise, Voyager. I think there was a lot of characters. I've never watched Voyager, so there's. I would like to watch all the Star Treks. I've watched up to. I've seen the original. I've seen all Next Generation. I saw the first season, Deep Space Nine. I didn't like it, but everyone tells me it gets better, like season 2 or 3. And I've seen all the movies, but so I'd have to finish Deep Space Nine, which is still a lot of those, and then. Voyager, I probably skip Enterprise because no one ever likes it.
Tyler S. He wants to know, is Bobby Ashley related to Ashley Banks? And sure, they may be. They could be. I know one has the first name Ashley and Bobby Ashley has the last name, but you never know. But we never did say that this woman should have been fired, but why was she hired to begin with if she didn't? I mean, it's not her
Yeah,
fault that they
they're
hired
all
her.
that everyone. It's like it shows how stupid they are. And you know, you can't. I
Mm-hmm.
can't put. I put the blame on the woman for not even bothering to learn anything. But I mean, it's not just her fault. Why would you hire someone who has no knowledge of your product?
Honestly, I don't think she should have been fired. I mean, because they hired her to begin with. So it's like,
The only reason she got fired is because she made it public that she doesn't
uh,
know she obviously didn't know it anyway, and they still, like you said, they still hired her.
so it's like they're embarrassed by their own decisions, you know? It's like, well, you guys made this decision to hire people who are not familiar with wrestling. So, and she was like, I think he was in the hurt business, and like it was like the hurt business was the biggest thing on the program for a while there, you know? I,
Yeah.
like what would Vince think if he's like talking to the creative team and he's like, the hurt business, and the person looks dumbfounded like,
Yeah, but I don't know if he even knows half the stuff because like they would like when the Good Brothers came in, like he said he didn't know he was Festus.
oh, that's bad. But like, were they so turned off by the one guy who had like the observer fall out of his thing whenever he was on the creative team, out of his satchel or whatever,
Right.
and they were like, we'll just get people who are not familiar with wrestling.
You think there's any other field of entertainment that's anything like this? Like, I don't think there's any way like an NFL team would hire somebody on any level if they've never watched football,
Mm-hmm.
or like I don't think would like you get tired to write like be a writer in Picard if you don't know what Star Trek is or
Well, the only thing that comes to my mind is Sean Cunningham saying, "Get the hockey mask off of Jason," like, which is just why are
yeah.
you? That's the only thing that kind of I can relate to this, like, just
Yeah, that is very similar to the WWE where it's what he's known for, what's made him rich, but at the
uh-huh.
same time he wants to be like
He doesn't
distant
want
from it.
Jason to be Jason. He kind of resents his own creation, It's very similar to Vince McMahon, I
Yeah.
think.
When I had Adam Marcus on, he was not a fan of Sean Cunningham.
He wasn't. I think Sean was the one who gave him the job to
He
begin with.
was, but they had a big he blamed Adam Marcus then for that movie and like said he didn't tell him to do all this stuff when he says he was
Oh, really?
the guy who
Oh,
told him
okay.
to do all this stuff. He was like 20 or something when he wrote
Yeah,
it.
he was just a kid when he got in
Yeah,
the
so it
movie.
wasn't like it's. I mean, he didn't really have power to do whatever he wanted. So
Mhm.
I tend to believe him.
I would say he's telling the truth with that. I mean, I didn't know they had a big falling out, but okay. That's interesting. It makes me like the man a little bit more because when I watch Jason Goes to Hell, I would just like, oh my god, this piece of shit.
It's actually one of my more favorite. I hated it when I was a kid, but
I mean, if you're just watching it for
it's so
laughs, I can
yeah.
understand.
It's so ridiculous. I find it entertaining.
Oh my god, that movie's bad. So bad.
Yeah, I don't want to make you mad, but when I watched so I watched them all not that long ago. The first like so many. And I don't know. I find the ones that I liked the most when I was a kid, the first four, I just found them kind of boring now.
I don't know. You're too in tune with everything nowadays. You just got to sit back,
I mean,
relax.
they're not very good. I will say I'm with you on the remake. I didn't hate it so much at the time, but I saw it again a couple years ago, and it's
Mhm.
just awful.
Yeah,
Everything
I
about it,
haven't watched it since.
it's really bad. Terrible dialogue.
Yeah,
Everyone's like a supermodel in it.
yeah, that's the
They always
thing.
would hire good-looking people.
But not
Don't get me
like
wrong, but they were
unbelievably.
realistic, good-looking people,
Hmm.
not people that you clearly are
Like
acting.
everybody's Mandy Rose.
Yeah, that what you would never see, like as a camp counselor or something.
No, no. not realistic. It didn't
Yeah,
seem.
the same way with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good looking people except for the guy in the wheelchair. But
I don't talk about Franklin. Come on now.
Franklin's a great character because you actually root for the wheelchair bound guy to be murdered, which I think is pretty amazing. I think that's a pretty amazing accomplishment.
It was a good performance for him to get the audience to feel that
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
How does he's like when he's going into the
awesome.
Yeah.
That's a movie I've watched a lot over the years for interviews, and I really liked it a lot.
Did you wish you were Leatherface when you offered that kid the pin and he slapped it away and said, "Get it up"? That was a very Franklin-esque moment.
Yeah, that was very Franklin-esque. But I really think that's great, even just on the script level, that you would make the handicapped guy dislikable. Because I don't think you would do that today. You would make him like a saint.
Some directors like hiring their wives. Rob Zombie is one of them. Kate Beckinsale's husband, who directed the Underworld franchise. But I mean, if it wasn't for Kate Beckinsale, I mean, what would Underworld have going for it?
Yeah, they're not good movies.
Those movies fucking suck. And then they're like, what happens if vampires would face werewolves? They'd get guns and shoot each other. That's what would happen.
Yeah, when you have monsters already, you don't want them shooting.
No, it's just let them fight. I mean, I could understand if the humans have guns, but they're supposed to just slap those away and then. Those I freaking hate
gravy made me a man. Biscuits and gravy made me all that I am.
I think the Young Bucks are taking cues from the Good Brothers because they had the danglies going like crazy on this show.
It worked for them because I think it makes them really hateable heels. Where it maybe in theory it should work on the Good Brothers, but I just find them like actually dislikable that I don't want to see them.
It makes me smile so much when I see him come out and he starts like shaking his head up because I'm just like, I know Jones would just be like in such disgust if he was watching this, right? And that's the only reason it makes me smile. I wish I could see your face like anytime he does that, like him just going, and then just like you just going, I'm sorry I take so much pleasure in that.
Ogo brings up the pen thing. So maybe for newer fans who don't know, because we did reference it. So we were at FanFest, and I made in your head pens. I don't think I have any left on for you. And I would hand them out.
I may have some.
And I'd lay in places. And I remember Hurricane Helms took one. Velvet Sky was very happy to have an in your head pen. And so I gave one to this wrestling fan in a wheelchair, and he throws it on the ground and goes, "Why'd you do that?"
He's not happy with it.
And I really felt this like tipping him over.
Oh, is this one? I think this is one. There we go. Oh my God, it's faded. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this.
That was the newer ones. The original ones had the caps on the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But look how much it's faded. I didn't know it faded like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not like I've been throwing it in like a heat or anything.
The first ones, there was all different colors, and they were like a traditional pen with the caps on the top, like a ballpoint pen.
There's our old number.
Yep, 508-644-8503.
Is this one? Oh, here's another one. It's faded too. Look.
Oh.
Which years was these from?
I don't know. I got them after we did the first one, so I'm not positive.
Okay, so that wasn't the first one then.
No.
Oh, okay. Don't think I have one of those here. A lot of pins.
Can we take these zoomers?
Let's take some zoomers.
Who's zooming who?
The Podfather's been zooming.
Who's he zooming? Your ass?
Well, if he was, I mean, could you blame me? Because I mean, he is like, I'd have all these wrestling belts.
Would you let Conrad Thompson sodomize you
No,
if you could be like a guest co-host on the Arn
no.
Anderson podcast?
He should let me sodomize him to be a guest co-host on In Your Head. That's how it should be.
There you go.
And I'd have to be able to wear all his belts while I'm doing it. His big mountains of belts behind him. And then I'll put on his Ric Flair robe and walk around.
Oh, he's hiding or something.
He's scared to be on the show.
You blame him?
Lexar.
Like, is this Conrad Thompson?
No, it is not Conrad Thompson. Get on the show, Steven.
What are you doing, boy?
Well, are you busy or something?
It's like 90 degrees, and I got like a sequin covered.
Jack,
what?
Mate, heat your bitch. Are you letting it get the best of you?
Boom! Fuck the heat.
Boom!
Look at this, man.
Song man.
Well-groomed song man.
Yeah, he's got the beard cut down.
I thought you already knew.
No, I didn't know.
Oh.
Looking good.
Jack's supposed to keep me filled in on these things. He never.
Yeah, I normally keep. I have a list here of everyone's facial hair.
Mm-hmm. He didn't update me. Let's punish him, song man.
What is up?
Not a whole lot.
How you doing, boy?
Well, doing great and everything, but I didn't catch everything. Well, you were covering that all Raw butt thing I just got on, but you were covering everything with the Fan Fest before I came on. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Has anything been going on?
I don't know. I'm looking. Hopefully, they'll be doing a New England Fan Fest again.
That'd be cool.
Oh, no, that's even.
I tried to get Inter to come down, but he's like, I won't do it.
June's already over, damn it! And this, I think this was supposed to hit in July last year, wasn't it?
I think I say no to all your ideas, Jack. I just no. Slam the phone down.
Yeah, runs away, storms off. Behind him.
Hmm.
Stand up to the heat, just like you should stand up to cancer. Exactly.
Or if you think you're going to be late to the airport, just tell yourself, I'm not going to be late.
RB style. Urias wants to know, is Songman related to the Andersons? Are you like an illegitimate Arn Anderson nephew?
I never even thought I was close to him with his beard, though. No.
He's a very manly man. He's a
big question, though, with that.
Yeah. How's it going, Steven? My pal, my buddy, my amigo, my compadre.
Steven, are you proud of me? I can actually talk Monday Night Raw with you this week because I did watch it.
Before we get into that, earlier you were talking about Dracula movies, and I thought I'd show you this that I picked up with my Dracula Blu-ray.
That's the Frank Langella one. Yeah, it's my brother's favorite version.
Well, if I ever meet Frank Langella, I'll get him to sign it.
You know, his favorite character he portrayed was Skeletor.
Yeah, he said because it was his son's Son Love T-Man. So it's one of his favorite things.
It's just funny that like this great actor and they get like, what's your favorite role? Skeletor. But it's pretty odd. He said he was buff too at the time and he wanted to like show his muscles, but they wouldn't let him do it. They wanted him more feeble, I guess, looking.
That's a movie I've noticed a lot of times everyone will think they suck. And then like years go by and people say they're classics. And that's one of them because no one liked it at the time. But now everyone I know, like my age, they all say it's like this classic film.
That would be pretty like intense though if like Frank Langella was like buff against like Dolph Lundgren, you know, because I mean Dolph's put together. So he's got some balls if he's wanting to be like taking off his shirt with Dolph Lundgren.
Who do you think has bigger balls? Because Dolph probably did some steroids, so his might have been shriveled up.
I think Dolph's a pretty bad dude, so I'm going to say Dolph Lundgren. Because I
didn't want to say this on the time when we had the man on who wrote the book because I like the book, but I really don't believe the story about the Von Erichs were going to be that character in Rocky 4. It's possible they were up for it. I'm not doubting that. But they in the book, he said the reason, because they said Carrie was up for it and the fake Von Erich, Lance. And the reason that they didn't get it was they saw them next to Stallone and they were so much bigger than Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that might make sense if the role wasn't given to Dolph Lundgren, who's bigger than both those guys.
Yeah, Dolph towers over Stallone.
Yeah. So, I mean, the story doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure, and like, I think he would have heard something from Stallone if that was the case.
Yeah,
there's a lot of false stories that people
that they were in talks for, because I don't know if Lance maybe could. I don't know. Maybe they were in talks for, but I don't believe the story that's why they didn't get it, because they were too big. Because, like I said, Dolph's a lot taller.
Yeah, maybe they just did some.
They probably weren't good at
screen test. Yeah, did a screen test.
Because Carrie was not a good promo, and not like he is charismatic as a wrestler. But I also think it would be weird if you had a well-known wrestler. I mean, he wasn't Hulk Hogan, but he was fairly well known and known as like the All-American Von Erich, and he played like the evil Russian. That would have been a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you couldn't do it in a Russian accent. You know, the fake Russian.
Well,
I couldn't.
What's his name? He was up for the helicopter guy in like Rambo 2, Paul Orndorff. Didn't he have a story about being up for the helicopter driver?
I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
I think there was a story.
I mean, lots of people are up for things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that doesn't mean they were close to getting it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that they weren't up for it. I just think if they were, there was other reasons they didn't get it, not because they were too big.
Maybe he wasn't considering them as much as they thought he was.
Yeah, or, I mean, you know, it happens all the time. It's not like they see one guy for a movie.
Mm-hmm. Let's just get Sylvester Stallone on and ask him.
I can't see anyone else, but I think Dolph was the perfect guy for that role, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're muted, Jack.
What?
I hear him.
He's muted.
Dude, I hear him on my end. Is he not coming across on the stream?
I am.
Are people hearing me on the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's just you, Steven.
Maybe Steven went deaf.
That's some shit. If he went deaf right here on the show.
Ear walking, then sleepwalking.
Golgo says he meant Von Erich was too big, like Alex Wright, like he had just had a giant cock.
Hey, yo, I'd put you in the film, but the thing is, you just got this giant package. I can't be having nobody in the film with this giant package. Just big cock. So, yeah, I couldn't have him in the film.
That would have been I would like to see that promo. That would be good.
I said, hey, you can be in my other film, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, but this one, no.
Did he just give up at trying to be a comedian? He just like
he claims that Arnold Schwarzenegger tricked him into doing that role by acting like Arnold wanted to do it. And he said
did two comedies. He did that one and this other weird comedy where he's like a
Tango and Cash.
No.
What was the other one?
Oh,
but not Judge Dredd.
No. I forget.
someone died.
Get Shorty? Was he in Get Shorty?
No. But it was two movies right in a row that he did back to back.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
And then he, eventually just went back. And then he just started redoing his old roles that everyone liked.
Yeah.
I'm not against that, though. What the hell?
There's a lot of Stallone movies I have not seen. I need to.
Yeah, if you go to his IMDb, I mean, Jesus. Like Backtrace.
No.
Big fan of Backtrace.
Backtrace. Don't know that one.
Animal Crackers.
No.
Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, I know. Oscar. You thinking of Oscar?
That might have been the name of it. Yeah.
Where at the end he's always looking up words for the day.
Yeah, that might have been the name of it.
Yeah, and expeditiously. He that's like his word for
Oscar. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I remember that. I used to watch that.
So he did that right after Rocky. He did Oscar first, and then he did Stop My Run Almost Shoot.
Yeah.
He must have, when Rocky 5, that was, considered the worst one. And he's like, oh man, I got to do something different. Then he tried to become a comedian. And then he's like, fuck this.
Well, that's a movie everybody hated back then, but now everybody like praises the Mickey speech at the end. Like everybody, which
Rocky
it was
5?
good, but that was the only good part of the whole movie.
Rocky 5?
Yeah, when Mickey's like, he's having the
Isn't Mickey
flashback.
dead by? Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's like,
Oh,
get
yeah,
up, you son of a bitch.
I always thought that one
Because
sucked.
Mickey loves you.
Rocky 5. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of people really like it. I've even seen people say it's the best of the series, which that's just bullshit.
No, impossible. I mean, have they seen the first one or the second one? I mean, come on.
Maybe the first movie's the best, but if you like them for like silliness, then maybe you'll like 3 or 4 best. But there's no way you think 5's the best.
Mm-hmm.
As a movie, it's clearly the first movie's the best.
See, Paradise Alley. I've never seen Paradise Alley, and that's
really?
that's one I should have seen. I saw the Lords of Flatbush on. That's like one of his first movies, though. But I've seen
Didn't
that.
Didn't you do
once.
a pornographic film back in the day?
I did hear about that. Yeah, that's kind of been buried. You
probably
don't hear
not
much about it anymore.
Yeah.
I used to hear about it though.
It's something like the Italian Stallion or something.
They probably changed the name of it after Rocky came out. Isn't that's so low life that they changed the name of the film? So you think it's like Rocky or something,
right?
Hey, I mean, I'm in this film back in the day. Then maybe that's why he couldn't hire him, because they had, and he didn't want people going back and watching the Italian Stallion and seeing like it's just not the same. He doesn't match up. Steven, are you there?
I figured it out.
Oh, did you? Okay. Good job.
Believe me, I'm a technologically illiterate person, and
okay. Have you ever seen Oscar, the film by Sylvester Stallone?
That's one I have not seen. Believe me, the last one I saw, which was a really good film, by the way, and I highly recommend it, was when he played the overweight sheriff.
Copland.
Copland. I thought that was excellent. I thought that was
been a while since I've seen that one too.
Yeah.
See, I've never seen Cobra. Is Cobra good?
Oh, that was.
Is it just a dumb action movie
too? Just with his then wife, Brigitte
Nielsen.
Yeah.
Or is it Wilson? No, Nielsen.
Brigitte Nielsen.
Yeah.
No, some of those comedies that he did were really god awful. Like Rhinestone with Dolly Parton. It's like, I don't think so. That's
Rhinestone.
Yeah, that's a notorious flop, Rhinestone. That's always considered one of the worst movies.
Tyler says Stallone was in a Corman flick, Bloody Mama, I think.
Oh, he's in a couple Corman flicks. He's in Death Race 2000.
Oh, that was great.
I'm a huge fan of the original Death Race 2000.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's one of Corman's best, in my opinion. Here's I do like this. Even you, Intro, have to like this one.
I don't understand why my old cartoon character's holding a gun. And
I don't know. You're gonna shoot the train, or maybe
you're gonna bullet train, or
maybe you're gonna shoot me for walking I think you're guarding the tracks, and you're gonna.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Yeah.
Why doesn't he have the Nintendo remote controlling the train?
I could have a Neo Geo remote now.
Neo Geo.
Bam.
Here's one that was just sent in while you were talking about your boy, the Podfather.
Yeah. Oh no, where's Salt and Pepper? And
I think that song man before he
Hart.
lost a lot of weight. I was at that WrestleMania.
Looking for that.
Do you remember them taking that shot?
I do. I was there. It was fun there live, but I mean, it's not considered a good WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, send in super chat $10 or more, and you'll get an autographed Guys and Fries photo. After I'm done with these, I'm going to print out some. Let me know in the chat if you like this idea. I'm going to print up some classic in your head photos from like FanFest, and we'll just one of each, and we'll save them for super chats where people, if you donate $10, you'll get a one of a kind photo, and I'll sign it. Or maybe I could send an intro and he'll sign them too, and we'll send him back, something like that. I don't know. If he wants to sit there and sign a bunch of photos.
Sure. I got the pins. I do have my in your head pins that are faded. I wonder if they even right now.
You get like a picture of me and Incher, like beating his ass in the hotel room.
Oh, come on. That never
me and
happened.
Harley race.
Never happened.
That'd be fun, I think.
Let's see
Get the classic. People will be dying to get the classic photo where they you're like I'm stabbing you with like a little knife that was stuck in like in a sandwich.
Yeah.
You're making that
one's used a lot now.
Yeah. Imagine getting that picture signed. That one will do for like $50 or something.
I can't get it to write. I think the ink's all dried in it.
Suck it out.
No.
Right.
Lick it up. Lick it up.
Go on and lick it up.
We probably don't want to get too deep into the song, or we'll get a copyright.
I've been told that my vocals, like if you put my vocals over the original songs, like you can't tell the difference.
No
Sometimes,
difference.
a lot of times, though, they say it improves the original.
Come on, come on.
All right, Mr. Butler. Abutalair.
You want to get to this Raw then?
Let's hear this Raw. Let's get it raw. Raw with Steve.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
I know you do.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
That's what intro you'd always say when the first night in the room. It's like, give it to me raw. I like it raw.
Don't listen to him. He's
raw
crazy.
dog in the intro.
I don't think it was better than Saw.
I mean, just look at him. He's crazy. He's a crazy man.
Banging the intro.
Never happened.
Intro's loving it. That's my new tune. All right, Steven, let's do this raw.
That's a bad song.
So I can't find any. Maybe this was just for storyline reasons, but I couldn't find any reason why Randy Orton wasn't on the show.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, wait a minute. Before we get to Randy Orton, we got to make somebody defect here. We gotta change their mind. Galgo 13 says, I like Conrad, even though I have not listened to any of his podcasts in a long time. This will not stand on In Your Head. We must make him say he doesn't like Conrad.
Hot name.
Come on, Galgo. You can't do us like that. You must defect and say you hate Conrad.
Hot damn.
He says, I only watch YouTube clips of Conrad stuff. We got stuff on YouTube. You should be watching me eating some White Castle.
I started putting up clips of the show, and this Jay Pletz goof, he's all pissed. He's like, what the fuck you doing putting up clips? Getting all pissed. He got so pissed. Yeah, he got so pissed, Incher. He left the Headyverse, unfriended me, and he called off sex. He's like, I will no longer have sex with anyone because I'm so pissed.
This isn't right. This isn't right. People need to watch the clips. They need to enjoy them, and they need to know that In Your Head is the best of all time. He defected. He said he hates Conrad. Thank you, Galgo.
Yeah.
All praise Galgo. Galgo 13, number one in our book. He is
now. Vince Rudo's going to use this show to try to cancel us. He's a fan of the show, but he's kind of at the same time he's.
Yeah, I don't understand him. He tunes in for every show, but yet he wants to just annoy us the entire time.
To end us. Wants to cancel the head.
I don't.
I'm just kidding. He's a good man.
I'm not kidding. He's a terrible man.
All right, let's get it raw. Raw.
So
Raw with
This
Steve
Raw report is
Butler.
brought to you by Golgo13, who just defected and said he
Getting raw with Steven Butler.
So yeah, so Randy Orton's not there, so they announced
Matt Riddle took his place.
So Matt Riddle took his place in a battle. First it was a battle royal, and actually I was quite enjoyed the battle royal. I wish it was somebody else who had won it, but I enjoyed the battle royal. I mean, all those guys who last week you were saying, no, it was Vic who was saying the last week the guys in that backstage segment were all in the battle royal, and it came down to Damian Priest, who should have won, and Matt Riddle, and Matt Riddle won. But I didn't. Like I said, I would have been great if Damian Priest had won the battle royal. Elias and Jackson Ryder took part in a pointless strap match.
Well, he's been building this strap match for quite a while because he keeps hitting himself in the back with the strap. And
yeah, he was doing that again. Ricochet. I'm sure there was a crash pad there, but Ricochet nearly killed himself.
Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, he kind of did like a flying crossbody all the way to the outside over the guardrail. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a crash pad there. There wasn't. That was just insane. But.
Yeah, because they have gone behind there, and the only thing there is like just floor, and I'm sure there had to be one there.
And pyrotechnics for who had the pyrotechnics in the crowd? There's just like these big explosions amongst the Thunderdome. Are they going to blow up the Thunderdome?
Like a
just
Unabomber gimmick?
It was just like big like explosions of pyro for somebody when they came out.
Can you get the Unabomber manifesto on audible.com? I wonder.
I don't know. Golgo just PM'd me though, and he said the only reason he said he liked Conrad was because Conrad paid him to say that.
Whoa.
So he's really telling the truth now.
He's getting the mortgage money.
That's how it was. I mean, that's the only reason he said it. I can't believe. I mean, I understand, Golgo. Times are tough. I know you have to take the money, but the true love is right here on the program.
Got the love for go. Ow. But for Conrad, it's a no.
Vic Schiavone has joined us. Vic, how are you tonight? Good.
I think did you watch Raw? You can get Raw. You can get Raw with Steven here.
Steven and the OIB, because I've watched Raw. I think Songman's watched Raw too. Look at him.
Well, fuck all you.
That's the thing I didn't understand at all with Randy Orton. Like,
don't badmouth us for watching Raw. I'm sorry you're not in the club, but maybe if Conrad would pay you to watch Raw, maybe you'd watch it. You think you could? How much money of Conrad's dough would you have?
$50 a week.
$50 a week.
I'm not asking for the world here. $50 a week. Freaking the chat can pay me that a week. I'll watch it.
And am I wrong, by the way, Steven? Because I wasn't paying attention last week. I don't think they've even announced any of the SmackDown ones for Money in the Bank. Have they yet?
I could see you now taking the Conrad bucks, and then you just start bitching about me bitching about Conrad on the show. You're like, why are you hating on Conrad? He's a good man. I could see.
I don't hate the man. I don't know him, so I don't know him enough to know. But I'll stand with Incher.
Yeah, stand with me. Don't leave me on this mountain to die on my own.
Got your back.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
I was just gonna say, guess who and guess who are going to have a last man standing match to qualify for Money in the Bank on Friday?
OIB and Conrad.
Well, my money's on OIB. No, it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to have a last
This
man
match has
standing
never
match.
been seen before. This is the first time this team ever. I thought old Kevin Owens was didn't he do like this tweet that he's taking time off, then he wrestles the very next week.
Oh
they're
yeah,
going at
yeah.
it again.
He's already back.
The fuck? You can't do
He's
this. You
working the
can't
mark.
say I'm taking time off and then you're back the next week. So you could say I'm not going to be here next week, but I'll be here the week after. But you can't say it's a hiatus. I need time off, and it's 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't work like that, Kevin Owens.
Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Kevin Owens!" That's like having a feud with someone for years and being tag partners and feud again, and then say we're having the last match of all time, and then they're in a feud again years later.
Maybe he went home and he was eating pizza and he was just like, I think
Fuck.
I've had enough of this
I have to
shit.
go back. I guess.
I'm ready to go back. Hiatus over. Hiatus over.
If that woman didn't know Bobby Lashley, there's no way she knew who Kevin Owens is.
His name's
Like, who the fuck's
Owen, and he's just this guy who comes out.
How do you even write? What do you write? You're like, this guy hits this guy, and then like someone does something.
He's got like a bull in his arm or something. Maybe he's the Brahma bull. I don't know.
Wouldn't you like to be in like the room and hear what like how
That would be interesting to hear. Like, oh my God! Like if Conrad's going to pay somebody, he should pay like a mole to go into a WWE creative meeting and video record it so we could see it.
We have the
would be
return here of Geraldine.
Hello.
Hey,
Hola.
How's it going?
what's going on? I haven't been in here like in 4 weeks.
I know we've missed you.
I thought you're sick of our crap. You're just like, these guys don't really talk about wrestling. They just come on and talk about a bunch of bull BS.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's like I've been having problems with the places I've been staying,
Oh,
and I didn't have the conditions to join in. But I'm here.
Well, it's
oh,
good to have
excellent.
you back.
Did you hear about Lexar?
Yes, I
Oh my
did.
goodness. Oh, I was wondering,
I tried to get Lexar back tonight. I told him to man up.
that is too funny.
Hopefully Conrad doesn't pay him to get the Lexar exclusive. Lexar. We need Lexar.
Lexar, when you're ready to come back, that's what we need. We need the shoot interview with Lexar to get all the details.
Yeah, I want to know what's up.
Lexar's wiener, from what I understand.
Well, we got the draft coming up. We can switch spots with her and Lexar.
Oh man, Gerald's been drafted to the show. Where's Lexar going?
Back.
Jonathan Jackson in
Show
the
your
chat
support
room,
for
he
Lexar.
says, show your support for Lexar.
We are pro Lexar. Lexar. Come on back, boy. So you showed your wiener on the internet. Who hasn't?
Who hasn't done that?
Exactly.
It happens.
I'll show it right now to show my support of Lexar.
See, look, Vic, he's got it.
Right.
Well, he's not showing his wiener, but he says a sign that says, we believe in Lexar. If you're not watching
I'm not
the
wearing
show.
any pants right now. I mean, you have to join my OnlyFans to see the under the table cam. But,
Oh yeah, you have an OnlyFans?
right. Yeah.
Heard they're cleaning that up, Jack. What are you
Use
going to
promo
do?
code Nasty Needle to save 10%. You've got a birthday coming up. I'll give you a subscription.
Oh yeah, that's right. In a couple of weeks.
Oh, excellent. So, Jack, what are you going to do with your OnlyFans when they kick all the smut off?
It's not
of it?
OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans. There's many fans there. But we go on. Are they cleaning up OnlyFans?
I've seen a video title.
Well, then
that they're gonna
it'll
clean
just
it up.
close down.
Yeah, it's dead.
Is that the only reason anyone goes there?
I would say, yeah. Does anybody go for the OnlyFans for other than pornographic reasons?
No.
Probably like 8 people
Yeah.
that do. Everyone else goes there, to do dirty stuff. You know what I'm saying, Incher?
I will be right back.
What if the guy who we'll see you here in a bit. But what if the guy who like made or the woman or whoever made OnlyFans had the good intentions
OnlyFans,
going
he's
into
the creator. He named it after himself.
Who is it?
Billy OnlyFans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say Billy OnlyFans had like the good intentions that like he wanted to make a site.
Yeah, this is a place people can go and show their pictures of their puppies.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then somebody's like, well, they can do that on Instagram. Yeah, but they can pay to do it here. They're like, oh, yeah, it's a great idea, buddy.
Yeah,
what else is the point of the thing? You can post pictures plenty of places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bad decision if he's getting rid of all the smut.
You gotta go just embrace that you've created a smut site.
Mm-hmm.
Or just, if you're against it, just give up.
What if they cry themselves to sleep at night? And they're like, oh my God, I made a pornographic site. That was not my intentions.
Songman, do you subscribe to anyone's OnlyFans?
Oh, I do once in a while.
There
I
you
do
go.
want to subscribe I can trust. So yeah, I do once in a while. Not always though.
Mm-hmm.
What's on there? Just a bunch of naughtiness?
Not as much as it used
Just
to
whenever
be.
you're on the OnlyFans, Songman, you need to get one of these gimmicks so
the
you can just do like this.
Lexar needs one of those.
You do like that, you're in good. Just make sure that webcam is covered.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, never accept a phone call from somebody. And
well, actually, funny mention you brought that up. Actually, when I was away, like. I did actually
they didn't get you today, Songman.
I actually got a first ever text something like that.
Really?
Hi, honey, would you mind coming to fuck me?
Man, Vic sent you that.
I am there. That's the first time in my whole life. This just came out of nowhere.
Why'd you throw Vic under the bus like that? Poor Vic.
I thought it would have been the funniest person.
Well, I think
Thanks,
he'll
Jay.
do that too. I've thrown Vic under the bus just because I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, he's a good sport. He knew I'm joking.
Mm-hmm.
But what did you reply? You didn't like get on webcam or nothing, did you?
Yeah, I have never even respond to any of that shit at all.
Songman knows what's up.
Yep.
You gotta teach Lexar the ways.
You want to see my wiener, my cock, my dick, or do you just want money to lick?
Oh my
God!
That's what you want.
I think Lexar knows now. I think he's learned his lesson. I don't think he would be doing it again. Do you?
I hope not.
He probably will do it again.
Well, if he does, we'll probably find out. Unfortunately,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to give one question about this. We've been hearing the stories and everything, but I don't really.
This is why I don't send pictures out because I'm gonna get blackmailed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Go on. Sorry.
Yeah. What are your initial thoughts of Karrion Kross getting called up? Because I'm not seeing this way too early for him to get called up. We've been hearing that the dark matches.
I think he fits the mold of what they want for a guy. He's bigger and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't see it at the Great American Bash. No, he's not supposed to have. I thought it was Kyle O'Reilly supposed to, but I don't think he's gonna be having a match this early to lose the title. But do you think this is a good call up at all this soon?
Does he still have the belt? Did he lose the belt?
Yeah. Well, the only way I would see this working, because we know it was good for. I don't remember how the ratings were back then, but you remember since you brought up Kevin Owens. Remember when he was champion? He came up every week after week for Cena. So this could be a good booking situation.
Boy, that was a good time. Like him and Cena fighting, they had a really good match. But I don't know. I mean, we've seen guys like Elias come up from NXT and they're used for a little while, and then Elias is a pretty.
I think a lot of people stay in NXT too long, so I don't think it's a bad thing to be brought up fast. I also think he's a guy, like I said, he's a bigger guy. A lot of the guys in NXT are smaller, and usually on the main show, the smaller guys don't do as well. So,
well, if I was Adam Cole, though, I would not leave. Hello, Kitty.
no, I think a guy like Adam Cole and a lot of those guys would do better staying in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would use them very well on Raw or SmackDown.
Adam Cole, baby.
What do you think of Karrion Kross, Geraldine?
I like him. I like him since he was on TNA.
Yeah.
He wasn't. I think he wasn't used properly on TNA. They didn't give him like he has like the star power. Like I'm pretty sure he will make it.
Yeah, I
far.
think he'll be really big on Raw or SmackDown.
They did let him do a lot of promos though when he was on Impact.
For what I hear, he's gonna go up to SmackDown.
Okay, that'll be good.
Well, didn't we only hear the story that Scarlett's not going to be with him?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Like they may just split them up. I'm not sure what Scarlett's going to do though in the company if they do split them up. I mean, I guess I've never really seen her wrestle a whole lot, so I'm not sure if she's a good wrestler or not. But
maybe she'll go through a table for 9 straight weeks or something like that.
They might have her do that role. Yeah. And then they'll put Killer Cross with somebody else.
Kind of surprised they'd split them up because they're a good duo, from what I understand.
Yeah,
like the pairing. Was there anything else on the Raw report, Mr. Butler?
So Rhea Ripley had 2 or 3 more face heel turns in the course of one 6-woman tag team match. Oh my God! What? That's the most poorly booked storyline going.
And it's always the same. It's always Charlotte and her. I'm
well,
gonna say
that could apply to quite a few feuds on Raw and SmackDown. Actually,
it's so
always
boring.
the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been three pay-per-views. It's just been Charlotte and freaking Rhea Ripley. I mean, like seriously.
Yeah. They do
you
that
know
a lot.
What? This kind of sounds a little interesting. You're learning, bitch. So does this kind of mean like if she does retain or not? Does this mean they're gonna start the team? Because we keep seeing it face turn, heel turn, and so that means if they're both almost heels, are they gonna be the next team faction? Is that why the story is getting confusing?
Yeah, that may be the most logical next step is they fight. No, but one of them's got the belt though. Yeah. I think it would work if neither one of them had the women's title, but it seems like always one of them, it's either going to be Rhea or it's going to be Charlotte who's going to have that belt.
Mm-hmm. And number one, Steven.
And I'm not against Charlotte being in the title picture off because I personally think she's best, but this is the problem in WWE. Like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn wrestle infinitely. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte's this feud goes on forever. Bobby Lashley and Drew, that feud went on for eons. You see the same feuds just last forever.
Maybe they ask the creative team what they want to do and they go,
yeah, that Ripley, like the only person I know is Steve Lashley or whatever this guy's name
is. Ripley and Charlotte again. Let's do that one.
Well, number one, I just don't at all understand why there's no particular match for this. I mean, we're not in December yet, so after what happened, this is going to be like a table match. Nothing's been confirmed what kind of a match.
This just
qualified.
Came in. They want us to guess who this is. This is a new wrestling figure. It's coming out.
The heck?
Briscoes, ain't it?
Yeah. Briscoe brothers?
Yeah.
I thought it looks pretty good.
Were we not supposed to know who it was?
No, the person who sent it in thought it was just like a figure of a terrorist, but
who sent it in? You don't want to reveal their identity?
Your boy Alub.
Oh, yeah, I could tell that was the Briscoes. Either Mark or Jay.
That's what else was on the Getting Raw.
Oh well, actually. And then other than that, like I said last week, the winner of the triple threat match was Drew McIntyre. So like,
Mhm.
I mean, like, you talk about predictable. Talk about you can see this coming from a mile away. Like, oh, and Songman, you were asking about who qualified on SmackDown. Big E beat the
Oh, yeah,
Intercontinental Champion,
Yeah.
Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews beat him to qualify, and
Yeah.
Liv Morgan beat Carmella to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
Um,
And Jimmy Uso beat Dolph Ziggler.
did he qualify too?
Yes.
So
Oh, he
he's
did.
in. Okay, so they're gonna have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn next week, and then they might do the same thing. Have the 3 losers qualify for the last position. Who knows? But we'll see on SmackDown.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just kind of curious about how this is going to work, first of all, because WWE in the last decade has broken records, as you know, when it started with Asuka beating Goldberg's record and a couple others. I'm just curious if Roman Reigns is going to, first of all, hold the title till WrestleMania, because we know we're hearing the up and down stories with Rock coming back and everything.
I'm for this. I'm for this. Roman Reigns is the best heel in the company. I'm for him keeping the belt for a long time. I like the idea of Rock versus Roman Reigns. This is a match I would like to see. I say do it up. I like.
Yeah, and I don't. SummerSlam, we know we're hearing, of course, with Brock, but I don't. We know they're going to Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, I say keep it on him till WrestleMania. Go Roman Reigns versus Rock.
Oh no, I'm talking about Bobby Lashley, because we're hearing Brock coming back. But I don't know if this is going to be a good time. I don't know what Money in the Bank is going to be qualified a good time for, because I don't think this is going to even be another winner after a failed again last year with Otis, and then it got changed to Miz.
We'll see. Maybe they want to like switch a title or something whenever there's fans in the building. So maybe that's what they're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot, by the way, wasn't this the last Thunderdome Raw?
It's coming up, I think, in next week or the week following week, I think, is the last one.
Excellent.
Yep.
I do have some questions for the Headyverse. First of all, our boy Lexar sends us in. He says, I miss Geraldine as well. And I'm thankful for the support from the Headyverse.
Tell him to get his butt back on the air then.
Get back in. We all support you and we all miss you. The chat room misses you.
Tell him to join in right now.
Yeah, join in, Lexar. He's obviously watching. He missed
Lexar on the air because he's got nice, happy things to share, just so everyone's aware, because he's much sweeter than a teddy bear, because he always talks what is fair.
Bam.
Boom.
Yeah.
Songman he just wordsmithed you with some glorious tune, Lexar. You got
silver tongue.
Maybe that would help.
Stallion here. WWE producer Sanjay Dutt has left the company. This is from Lexar.
Oh yeah, Sanjay, the player from the Himalaya,
wants us to talk about the releases. There's a lot of people released. Rizango.
Oh, that sucks.
I was surprised when it came up that he was there for 14 years, Fandango. Like, that's a long time.
Yeah, he was Curtis. And
he's a guy I think the Fandango character really hurt. Like, it was funny, for a little bit, but I think he's a really talented guy, had a lot of charisma, had a good look, but you just were the Fandango character was just really one note, this dancing guy, and it really, I think, hurt him from never doing anything.
Yeah.
He brought him up. They put him up against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. He beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then after that, I mean, they had him.
The Fashion Police was even a fun gimmick that, it got over. Was a main event thing or anything, but it was fun. And then
you think
it was taken off TV.
You think Jericho might bring him into AEW to get his win back?
Maybe. It's a weird thing because I think he's talented enough to go to AEW and be something, but he is a guy that was in that role for so long. It's kind of like Val Venus was, Val Venus for so long. It's hard to ever do anything else with him. I don't know if he's like there's guys over there that didn't do much, but then you bring them in, it's they have a new start. But when you're there for 14 years, I don't know if you can bring them in somewhere else and anyone really take him serious, which is unfortunate. Plus, I think he does have a lot of injuries.
Well, plus they had a good run with Tyler Breeze, also got released, so that was kind of a surprising. I know how much he enjoyed this time there, and now we're hearing that he may not wrestle again after we heard when he got released.
Oh, Tyler Breeze is gone?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, dang.
He got fired too.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
He got released too.
Yep. Resigned.
Oh. Dang. Here's a bit of a retro question for everybody. How much did it eat up Hulk Hogan that the Ultimate Warrior beat him, where he had to bring him into WCW to get his win back?
Oh, big time, because they said he was trying to bring in Yokozuna so he could get his win back versus Yokozuna too.
Could you imagine the mindset of being like so bothered by that? Like, I need to get my win back, hire this person so I can get it back.
It's really weird to think of now. I always do think the way people go on about Bret Hart, but I do think if more I'm not saying they should take it that serious to the level like I have to get my win back. We've got to hire this guy. But I do think if people took more interest in preserving their character and thinking wins and losses were important, I do think wrestling in a whole would be better. Maybe not to that degree, but if people overall took it more seriously, I do think it would make wrestling better.
Yeah. Always get your win back.
I mean, that's why Incher is still doing the show, because he's trying to get his win back from me from when I beat him in our match.
Never happened.
It's up on the website.
You are obviously a man who does not care about the furniture and the hotel.
I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about the sanctioned match, the audio wrestling match. Don't pretend you don't know it.
I thought it was unsanctioned.
There was a bell. There was an audience.
You son of a. That was an unsanctioned match.
It's in the record books. You are 0-1 versus me. I am 1-0 versus you. That's all I'm saying. What if we had a rematch? The first match was audio only. What if the rematch was a Zoom wrestling match? The first ever Zoom wrestling match.
How's that going to work?
Body slam, and then you take a bump.
I gotta take a bump right here in my chair.
Right. Flip over, yeah. You take all the bumps. You're the bump. You're the.
I'm the seller of the group.
I'm doing on the basement, so I got a basement floor here.
No, I'm in the basement too.
But... Yeah, but you're just making excuses now.
I've always been in the basement.
Yeah,
it's been my thing for years.
Just like to the heat, just like to the train enter that basement, you got to man up.
Well, I got to man up to my basement. I like my basement.
What, you're not going to take a bump on the basement? What are you chicken?
Vic's in the basement too. Yeah, that's a basement. I can tell. Songman. I don't know where Songman's in his room or something.
Maybe Luxor's trying to film us in the new movie Unfriended. The first ever movie being filmed for In Your Head, being the Zoom.
Could be. All right. What else you've got going on there? Anyone else got something?
Well, congratulations to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I think he announced they're getting married.
I assume they were married because I'm old school. I thought, you can't have a baby out of wedlock.
Nope.
Getting the 2000s, Jack.
My mom wasn't married. I'm just being Weisenheimer. But I did actually think they were married, to be honest. I didn't realize they weren't.
And even though he lost the match on Saturday, hey, congratulations to Boy.
Who? The Sick Boy?
Jungle Boy, no.
Oh, Jungle Boy. I like Jungle Boy.
Sick Boy.
Just look on my Facebook page. Congratulations, Jack. You did great.
You can bring back a Sick Boy.
Kitty's hungry. Wow.
Well, that's all I got.
Excellent.
Okay. Geraldine, what's on your mind?
I don't know really.
We got some questions here. Some more questions from Lex already sent him.
Okay.
Okay.
The Bella twins apologized for making remarks about China on the Fashion Police show years ago. That's not really questions to bring up.
That's kind of like it was her opinion at that time, so
Yeah, I agree.
it's her own opinion, you know.
Yeah, I don't think you need to apologize.
Nowadays, people get bought her for everything you say, and stupid.
Yeah, she wasn't dead at the, you know.
That's what she thought about it. She made a comment about it, and that was what it was. I don't see anything wrong with it.
I agree. I agree 100%. Question for the Headyverse. Has Jack been suspended from Facebook as long as Donald Trump has? Well, obviously not. I'm on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
Cardi B revealed her baby bump at the BET Awards over the weekend. Do you think that her SummerSlam performance is in jeopardy?
I would say so if she's pregnant. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to let her wrestle.
That'd be a hell of an angle. Would that get heat if they had like
if Bianca Belair came in and
Bliss?
slapped the baby with her big long braid?
Yeah, and she lost the baby.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, I lost my baby." That'd be a hell of an angle.
Would be. It's like a coat hanger in the end of her braid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, geez.
You're really dark entry. God, man.
You're really going into it, Jack. My goodness. Vic, what's the matter with this guy? Why do you listen to him every week?
I'm just going for heat.
Speaking of babies, congratulations to Ronda. I think she announced Ronda Rousey. She announced the gender of her baby.
Oh, I didn't even know she was pregnant.
Yeah. I was reading.
Yeah, finally.
They fired a bunch of her buddies too. That's probably why. Like, oh, she's probably not coming back to wrestling. Let's fire all her buddies.
Who's her buddy? The girl that was always with us. What's her name?
The two girls from NXT.
Yeah, the ones in NXT.
Yeah.
Marina and
Desmond
I forgot the number of the other one.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of the other.
One of the only other people that they fired that like was used regularly was Killian Dane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, Maria Shafir and Jessamine Duke.
They said that he wasn't like a Vince McMahon kind of guy or something. So,
which is, you know, he's one of the bigger dudes there, so it's a little surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Steven,
isn't that Nikki Cross's husband?
Yeah, what do you think of this gimmick? Isn't it just the exact copy of the Hurricane and Rosie?
Kinda, but she's
not this kind, and even they use the same thing. Superhero and trading, that's the exact thing that they use for Rosie.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. It's pretty awful, honestly. I hate it.
Yeah, well, I am a big fan of Nikki's. I don't mind it at all. But the only question I have is, do they have the mask left over from the past? Because it's like a toy mask. It doesn't look like a normal superhero mask.
Yeah, it looks like putties on her face or something. Kind of like Batman Forever kind of mask. Like where it's all like puffed up.
This is my superhero gear.
Is it?
Stephen Butler wants to know, do you think Alberto Del Rio will ever work in WWE again? Yeah, he put out thingy like he apologized.
So
I don't think they'll ever bring him back.
So I guess he wants to come back. Yeah.
No, I think he's done, honestly. I don't think anybody's going to hire him. I don't even think Impact will take him at this point.
I wouldn't either if I was anybody.
Yeah.
Like kidnapping people and stuff. Crazy stuff.
That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Well, is this has that hearing happened? I mean, I know she kind of like took it back there for a while, but like
I mean, it's not the first time something's bad happened with him either. So
yeah, I mean,
he's announced to be in a promotion in Puerto Rico, I think in a couple of weeks.
Puerto Rico.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever watch wrestling in Puerto Rico?
Of course.
Like Carlos, was it Carlos Colon or
Carlos Colon?
Okay.
Carlos Colon, the Invader. There is a Thunder and Lightning, and let me see who else. All his sons and his daughters and everybody. Yeah.
Who was your favorite then?
What is Primo Colon?
Primo,
I like.
Yeah. Are they still there, or did they fire Primo and Epico?
No, they all still there.
Wow. You mean in WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone from WWE.
Oh no, they're gone from WWE, but they're still in they're still in the Puerto Rican wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Dobbs wants to know who better than Canyon.
Nobody.
I'm a big fan of Canyon. There was a short thing he did. I think they were called Men at Work. And I always thought it was very funny. This is before like they started to do like anything like real with them. And they were like a jobber team, but they had a little bit of a gimmick. And they would come out with like tools and stuff. And they would come out and with like tape measure and measure the ring. And I always got a real kick out of it. I kind of liked that back when they would have like gimmicks even for the job guys.
And WCW Saturday Night.
Yeah, I like
a fixture on that show.
Yeah, it was fun. Who was that? It was like something Mark Starr or something.
Mark Starr and Chris Canyon.
Yeah. Dobbs Dean Maya. What the fuck is a slobber knocker anyway?
The what?
What is a slobber knocker? Kind of sounds dirty to me. Like someone.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to ask JR if he was on the show. I don't think we can answer that. We're not the ones who use a slobber knocker all the time.
No. Slobber. I mean, yeah, it's like slobbering. Like
yeah.
I think it sounds like a sloppy blowjob to me, but I don't know. I doubt that's what it means though. It would be very weird if he's like this cane match. He's gonna be real slobber.
Maybe it's a really enthusiastic motorboat.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That thing's crazier than a pet coon. He doesn't really say that one anymore.
No.
Or a scalded dog. He used to be like, I used to think, man, he really like is like into animal cruelty. We talk about scalded dogs and pet coons. It's like, what is this guy's deal?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I just sent a tweet to Jim Ross. What is the origin of slobber knocker? We'll see if he responds.
All right. Nice. I love it. Thank you, Steven. He's on the ball here, Steve.
There you go. We'd have to ask this Jim Ross. Thank you, Steven.
Dobbs Dean Maya. Who the fuck was Sabu always pointing to? Actually, when he did this, he was pointing to his father, the Sheik, was his uncle, the Sheik.
The original Sheik.
Yeah. Furious Tosh. Viewable from North Carolina.
You know, before you get into the Urias question, but it's kind of sad to hear about Super Genie. She passed away.
Yeah. She lost her leg not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she, was recovering, but yeah, she passed away. She was only, I think, 50 or so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't confirmed what it was from.
No. Which I won't speculate anything. Will Hangman Page be the one to defeat Kenny Omega for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship? It's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
No one's kicked out of the one-wigged angel. It could finally be Hangman Page. They never really did the follow-up feud after they broke up.
I want to see Hangman Page or Andrade versus Kenny Omega.
I want to see my Orange Cassidy, but
I don't think so because he's more taken like as a comedy thing.
And I know, but that last pay-per-view, the crowd was so into him.
I love him. I love him. He is freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. I even have his shirt.
I have a few of them. I dressed up as him. I'll be going to the pay-per-view. I think it's in the early September. I might dress up as him again.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Excellent.
Hopefully, I know we're gonna have front row tickets at the Milwaukee Dynamite show in August, but I don't know where we'll be seated at the pay-per-view yet. So
Also,
keep an eye out.
so you're gonna be front row.
Yep, at the Milwaukee Dynamite show.
I'll
hold up a Geraldine sign.
Oh hell yeah!
Vic Schiavone, do you think that Asuka is soon to be out the door in WWE after taking a clean pin from the wrestler now known as Dewdrop last night? Wow.
Yeah, I did see that. No, I don't think she's out the door, but that is pretty bad that she.
You're talking about somebody with the 500 and something day streak in NXT, and she got clean pinned.
Yeah.
Not saying anything bad about Piper. I mean, she's a big girl, but
it's a dumb name too. I mean, it's kind of a comedy kind of. I don't know if you'd consider it, but it's kind of just an afterthought kind of character. So it's like having Asuka lose to her doesn't seem very proper.
I mean, she dominated both. She dominated Naomi and her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just
because Eva wouldn't take the tag from her, and she was like kind of leaving her out to dry, and then.
So that there's still a thing then, because I know last week you guys thought maybe that was the end of the Dewdrop, and
it's still a thing. Isn't that a dumb name though? Dewdrop? Like, why would they?
It's like super stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's
That's what I was going to use that before I used Jackie Jones. It's going to be Dewdrop Jones. But.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
And first of all, she turned on her, and now they're still together. I mean, there's this. Oh, you're gonna ask one night, and now they're gonna bring someone else in to take Eva's place. To be Eva's side.
Brains wants to know, would Jack use his official ordainment to marry Incher and Jujubee?
Okay.
What? I'm getting married.
Yeah, Brains wants to know if I will marry you and Jujubee.
Oh my goodness. Well, she'd have to answer that.
I know you guys were an item.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. This is news to me.
OIB and Jujubee sitting in a tree. KISSING.
Oh my goodness.
First comes love, then comes marriage. Then comes Incher pushing the baby carriage.
Then comes Lexar.
Whoa!
Yeah. And he's like,
do not. Yeah. No, you can just stop there. Then comes Lexar.
No. That's just dirty.
It was pretty funny though.
He would be the one with the objection. He'd be like, I have an objection.
Excuse me.
That would be his big return.
I like this idea. You got a good angle working here.
They're coming to get you, Lexar. All day in your head misses you too far.
Why he haven't joined yet?
I don't know. I mentioned he hasn't replied. He's still
Tell him I say to join in right now.
Join in right now. Geraldine says it. Earlier he said he's part of a sex scandal and he needs.
I have been part of sex scandals too. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, people know, the long-time listeners. I was a few years ago, but I don't think I missed one show.
Fuck it. You become more popular.
Right.
You know?
John Barker. When will In Your Head come out with their own brand of weed, like Steve Urkel?
I don't need our own brand of weed. I think
I'm
more
of an edible guy. I don't want to.
I would like that. I will smoke it.
All right.
Steve Urkel has his own brand of weed.
I totally buy. I didn't even think of that, but it is weird. It's not very topical. Are people still into Urkel?
Did I do that?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Would Incher like Nikhil's questions more if he got to punch and slap him before Jack reads this list?
Yeah, maybe. That'd be good.
My question is for Jack. Why is Incher always right in every way? Well, this guy must be really hitting the Urkel weed.
What?
What the fuck's going on?
I think he's of sound mind. He knows it.
Why is Incher always right on everything? Laquan Vanderpool Higgins. It's a hell of a name. He wants to know, when will Roman Reigns start utilizing the headbutt in this headbutting his opponents in a submission? Traditional Samoan headbutt. Nah.
No, I don't think so. That's not. He might be Samoan, but he is not using that stretch.
That's like old. That's
old school.
Yeah. This is he just is Samoan, but he's not like he's a savage eating raw chicken.
No.
What are the fondest memories of Taka Michinoku?
Oh, I got a ton of them. But...
I actually really liked him in ECW before he went to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
When he turned on Val.
He
turned on. Yeah.
Choppy of the PP.
What would you change about Brock Anderson's physique besides spaghetti arms and a pot belly? No, I think it's perfect for an. I want my Anderson to have the thinning hair, a hairy body, and just looks like a manly dude. I think he looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
The hairy body.
Yeah, I got a hairy body.
I guess me.
Should I shave the chest, or do you like the hairy chest?
Everything.
All right, shave everything.
You have to shave everything.
I don't know about this.
Just get you like a vat of Nair and jump into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then when you come out, you're just slick.
Yep.
I'm a pretty hairy guy. Down below, if you know what I'm saying.
I just me.
How would you book Sunny Kiss? I actually like Sunny Kiss. I think Sunny Kiss has a lot of charisma, a lot of personality. I also think shows like the Drag Race is very popular today, and it's kind of mainstream. So, but this is the one thing I think is missing from Sunny Kiss is if you're gonna have that character in wrestling, they also have to be able to beat people. So I would add something about Sunny Kiss. I don't know. I would say martial artist, something about him or her, whatever we call him, that they can also kick ass. I think he's got charisma and all these things, but there has to be something about him where he can also win matches. Add that element to a Sunny Kiss. If you were a money mark like Conrad Thompson, because that plays into it too, because it would be that negative stereotype. You would be like, hey, you think, just because I'm flamboyant and stuff that I'm like I can't fight someone, but then he turns around and he can. If you were a money mark like Conrad Thompson, what historic piece of wrestling memorabilia would you pay bucket loads of money for?
I think I will pay for something from The Undertaker.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
I would like Roddy Piper, one of a kilt from Roddy Piper.
I think that do you remember that white mask that the Undertaker wore for a little bit?
When he had a orbital bone.
Yeah, that was on the show. They on the WWE's Most Wanted. That was one of the items that they wanted on the show. So WWE has that now. So
I will still pay for that.
Mm-hmm. Geez, I'm trying to think of what I would want, but probably the original $1 million belt. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Anybody else? Anything? Maybe a Lawler crown for Vic?
That's what I was thinking, actually. First crown.
Yeah. Probably the original Kane mask.
That's a good one.
Stevie.
A Bret Hart jacket.
I love it.
There you go. Yeah.
You gotta track down the Repo Man. He stole it.
No, it was the pirate.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Pierre Carl.
Former guest on the show.
So gave it back.
He's been posting on our Facebook page.
Yeah. Tyler Stevens. In the next hotel room brawl, who comes out on top and is a clean, dirty, or a dusty finish? I think next time Intra and I are in the hotel room, it's gonna get really dirty.
Ay, Dios mío.
I know.
Not as dirty as when Geraldine and I get in the hotel room.
It just
Say what?
depends how clean the hotel room is. Like, I mean, if you roll around, if
Depends
it's
the
dirty or
maid's
not.
been in or not, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For a Hotel 6 is probably pretty filthy.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring strawberries and pickles?
I am, yeah.
Oh my. I think we should just leave these two alone for a moment.
Tyler Stevens, I got a pickle for you. No.
Ay, Dios mío.
Tyler Stevens, which active wrestlers today will be considered legends in the future?
Active wrestlers of today that will be considered legends in the future.
Roman Reigns.
Hmm.
I would say Jericho, but that's
yeah.
I mean, he's kind of on the tail end, but he's already a legend.
Moxley, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably all the Shield guys. So Moxley, Rollins, and probably Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And Charlotte.
Yeah.
Cody, that's a good one.
99 Hot.
And you'll see where AEW goes. Like if it continues, some of the original guys there, if it fizzles out, maybe not, but.
And the Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian.
Nothing against Frankie Kazarian, but. Maybe, I don't know, Bobby Lashley. I mean, he's champ and stuff.
Well, of course, Asuka. She's done this plenty wrong.
She just got beat by Dewdrop.
Maybe Dewdrop.
Well, I'll go out on a limb and say he's 24 years old, but I'm predicting they're gonna turn Jungle Boy Jack Perry into a star.
That's a good one. I like that because you're going out, like you said, you're going on a limb. It's not ones that, like, obviously Roman Reigns will be considered a legend. But yeah, this is someone. So let's go with that. I'll say MJF will have a long career and be considered a legend someday.
I like MJF. He's always an asshole. He doesn't break character.
Yeah. When he was at the C2E2, which is a convention in Chicago, and he stayed in character, was an asshole to everybody, which I thought was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
He always been like that since he was on MLW.
Can you be an asshole back if he's an asshole to you? I mean, is it acceptable?
I don't know, probably, but he's
Can you curse him a good one? Can you soak a knife into pig fat and then stab him?
Whoa.
See, I mean, wrestling fans are really dropping the ball, I mean, we used to throw babies at the wrestlers.
Alleged. We don't condone this.
I know who is Sammy Guevara will be a legend.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yes.
I just got a Sammy Guevara action figure.
The Spanish God. Dios mío.
Oh, see, I see, because he's got a smooth body. So
yeah.
Gonna shave all around the pickle.
He's got a little bit of hair on the top, but that's yeah.
Let's see. Where the hell are we? Dobbs Dean Maya. Hey, Incher, I watched a man weigh up ketchup. What?
He's referring to my video where I weighed ketchup in the
Oh my God.
Yeah, to count my calories.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever bathed in ketchup?
No, I've never done that. Maybe if like a skunk would shoot you or something.
Yeah, because they used to say tomato sauce.
Yeah, maybe ketchup
You
would
hear of
help.
anyone getting sprayed by skunk anymore, do you? I see skunk.
Yeah, it's like a thing that never happens anymore.
Yeah,
they're just not admitting to it.
They're usually as startled as I am. I'll be walking at night. I'll see one. He looks at me. I look at him. He waddles off into the woods. I run across the street.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. That's a Siamese cat. Are you allowed to say that? You can still say Siamese
You
cat,
can still
right?
say cats.
Not Siamese cat. Can you say?
Well, he's not a. He's what? Does he have like a twin attached to him?
I don't see a twin attached to him.
Breed a cat. You can say that.
Yeah, that's where they're from.
I just didn't know if that was canceled or not.
Tyler Steven wants to know, Incher, are you an Arby sauce guy or horsey sauce?
Oh, see, I'm going to upset him because I go mustard on this. I eat mustard on my roast beef.
What the fuck's horsey sauce? Is that horse? If it's horseradish, I'm a horseradish.
It's horseradish mixed with something else. I'm not sure.
I like raw horseradish.
Ugh.
Geraldine, do you eat mustard on your eggs?
No, I'm from South America. We put salsa verde in it.
Oh, shoot. Nobody eats mustard on their eggs. Somebody in the Headyverse needs to try it so they can back
No,
up.
no. I'm good.
Somebody needs to try it. Would you do it, Songman?
Not me, no.
Jeez.
Vic will do it. I'll take one for the team.
Vic doesn't even like eggs. Why would
Maybe he'll turn you into a big egg fan if they're covered in mustard.
Steven, I know you're from Canada and all, but I think people trust you enough. Would you try mustard on your eggs?
I'm tempted to say yes, but I eat scrambled eggs. I wouldn't put mustard on scrambled eggs.
I think that's what
Like
Incher does, doesn't it?
No, fried egg. I like it fried.
But if it was a fried egg, I'm tempted to try.
Okay.
I think it makes more sense on the scrambled eggs.
It scrambled's good too, but I think it's better if it's on a fried egg.
Tyler Stevens, did you like when Raven wore the pants that looked like sweaty garbage bags? And
Oh, geez, I'm
I
trying
don't
to
remember this, to be honest.
I remember that.
Pants that look like sweaty garbage bags. Huh. I can't remember them. If you got a picture for everybody, because I'm having trouble remembering. Was it like the pay-per-view only days or something?
I don't know.
Meow.
Not a cat on me.
Is it needed? I need you. Like,
look at this handsome guy with the Raven there.
Damn.
I
He's got a high roller shirt on there.
Yeah, I have my gold snakeskin vest with.
I like the hat.
Thank you. I wear that hat sometimes. I'm without your head.
Do you buy those jackets that you posted on Facebook the other day?
I did not. I found these really cool jackets. People on Facebook at a it was a discount store, but it was all like nice stuff in Boston. But I was walking many miles with just my backpack, and I really couldn't carry them with me because I was.
You should have got it.
I know. I got it. Carry them around for 17 miles. So.
Fuck it.
They were pretty sweet. Which one, I wouldn't have carried all three with me, probably.
I like the best the one that was black and gold.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
I have shoes like that. They would have really matched, actually.
You didn't even got the pickle shirt.
I know. I really regret not getting the pickle shirt.
You should have still get it.
I'll have to go back. I'll probably go back next week sometime. I want to go see. I'll probably go see the new Purge movie. Maybe I'll go over and get the pickle shirt.
Yeah, get it.
Raven TNA. I'm going to see if I can find pictures of these pants. You sure he's not just wearing like?
Jeez, I don't know.
Is this it?
Let's see.
Hold on a sec.
I can't remember him at all. I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember him on TNA at all.
Yeah.
I remember WWE, but the TNA can't remember.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
I bet that would be it.
Yeah, I remember most of the matches he had.
It's almost like a skirt.
Yeah.
I think he wore skirts back then, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm kind of remember them. Are they kind of like piratey, kind of like they're like tight at the bottom, but like they're all baggy throughout?
Yeah, I can't really tell from the picture.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Bobby Heenan quote?
Probably when he would say, when he told the one guy, like, if he killed his wife years ago, he would be out of jail by now or something like that.
Oh my God.
I think that was
I
pretty
was a
funny.
big fan of Bobby Heenan.
Mhm.
One of my favorites. Best manager all time. One of the best color commentators.
Probably if you're talking serious, like whenever he says, if you're with me, you go to the top. And that whole promo, I thought that was a good one.
Who is the next wrestler to get a sound effect like Choo Choo Strowman? And what will the sound be?
Probably. I could see like what's his name? I forgot his name all of a sudden. Apollo Crews. I could see him getting like a sound.
Okay. Maybe get like a war chant or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a big gong or something.
Or like maybe they'll have like the jungle noises or something. You know, because he's got the huge spear thing and he's got Commander Aziz and something like that. I don't know. They're going to
pretty rocking.
They're going to go full on racist with him, I think.
I think once you give the black guy spear and say he's from Africa, you pretty much gone there already.
Just them piping in some jungle noises it wouldn't surprise me.
That was Kamala.
Yeah.
Kamala.
Oh yeah. And Tony Atlas, Usaba Simba.
Yeah.
Him and bad enough then, but now it's like really like, and it's really out of place on like modern wrestling, especially when we already knew the guy.
Mm-hmm. Seems that Dan and Tony Atlas have had to split. There's not going to be any more videos with those two.
Oh man, maybe we'll try to steal Tony Atlas back.
Yeah, I bet he would do the show. He just says he doesn't want to like drive to Boston to film the episodes. He doesn't pay him enough. He said basically.
Well, we don't pay shit.
Which I could see that. Well, he just doesn't want to drive. I think he thinks he can do his own thing too. So, from what it sounded like,
that's what we were gonna have Barry Horowitz on, but he wanted money. There's nothing against Barry Horowitz. I'm paying Barry Horowitz.
We could have asked him about Subway. Like, why is he such a Subway mark?
He is a huge Subway mark.
He goes crazy for some Subway. He wants to be the new Jared, I think.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know if anyone wants to be the new Jared.
I know.
I'm sure someone does, but they ain't gonna admit it.
Mm-hmm. But like, not just his love for Subway.
Not banging kids is what you're saying.
Yeah. Just his love.
That's pretty
Subway.
sick.
Yeah. Now Jared's getting the foot long, but not a sub, and
yeah.
No $5 involved though. Tyler Stevens, when you were a kid, what heel or face wrestler got under your skin? Like, I wonder if he means in a bad way. Like, I really didn't like them. They were like effective as a heel, because there is a difference.
I think he means like who you hated, like when you're a kid. And
I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I really didn't like the baby faces. I liked Roddy Piper and all the bad guys. So actually, Hulk Hogan really annoyed me. I didn't like Hulk Hogan. I hated the real goody guys. I didn't like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, even though now I think he's great. But as a kid, I was like, this guy's too good. I don't like him. I didn't like the Rock and Roll Express. I like the bad guys.
Me too.
Okay.
I always like the bad guys.
That's why you like me.
Hear me out.
Hey, Vic, did you ever see a manager named Supermouth Dave Drayson? Ever did?
He seemed pretty perplexed about it.
I hated him as a kid. Of course, this is back in the 70s.
Oh, I wasn't even born by then.
Dang, you're really making Steven feel old here.
And I like Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat circa 1979, 1980. You're probably talking about Ricky like in the 90s.
Oh no, not that late. In the 80s.
In the 80s too?
And then even in the 90s though. Yeah, 90s I really didn't like him when he's in WCW, but like he was when he had the Ric Flair feud in the I guess late 80s, early 90s, I really did because that was when the crowd started to like more of the edgy guys anyway, and the crowd really turned him. But I meant like when he was one of the first memories I have of watching wrestling is when Mr. Fuji in Morocco hung him, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm talking Ricky Steamboat back in the 70s when he was shooting
I was born
back in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I have to say The Undertaker.
What?
Yeah.
What?
The Undertaker. When I was a kid.
Are you serious?
And then the
yes, my Undertaker.
I was like, the believability has gone out the window for this product. I can't believe it, even as a child. I hate
but
it.
It was so to me. It was so awesome because I am so into horror movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was I got close to him,
but I seen him on his debut, and I was just like, this is just too hokey. I can't do it.
What?
I was a fan.
So I knew it was a controversial answer.
You can see me on the I think it's 94. Is it Royal Rumble 94 when he loses the casket match and he rises up to heaven?
Oh yeah.
You can see me on that show.
Oh my.
You were on the front?
No, but I'm sitting behind Ted DiBiase on commentary.
So he lost the match, the casket match, so his soul went back to heaven.
Yeah, he gets so all the heels, he's fighting Yokozuna, and all the heels throw him in the casket and they're wheeling him away. And then like the lightning strikes, and then he's suddenly risen on top of the Titantron and he's looking down.
Oh my.
It's pretty awesome being there live. Yeah. You would have been like, I'm out of here.
Well, do you actually remember the short? He didn't last that long, but I think he had a little run in ACW. The Jackal, remember when he was with True Commission?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Again.
How powerful is a power goat?
That's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful.
Tyler Steve wants to know, where is Swax?
Let's see if
I don't know if he knows how to use Zoom.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, newer people like Geraldine Swax was a regular caller when we were just an audio show, but
I'd say he
not
knows
Zoom
how to use it. He was pretty savvy with computers.
It's not that difficult.
Like he could do stuff that like I wouldn't even know how to do.
Yeah, maybe he's dead.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Jeez, it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just thrown out there.
I know.
No, I talked to him not that long ago. He's still around on Skype. But I don't have it in me to give him the Zoom link because I don't really want to talk to Swax. I mean, he's a great guy.
You don't want to hear him talk about Kelly Kelly?
No.
Robert, get the conversation back to Kelly Kelly for a moment.
No, he probably would be pretty fun on Zoom. Now I think about it. Robert Budzinski, what does Dobbs Dean Maya do all day? How the hell do we know?
I'd say
Dobbs answered. He says, I eat bottles of ketchup and mayonnaise.
Doesn't sound very appetizing.
Yeah.
Tyler Stevens, what is our top 5 mid-carders? That's subjective to begin with, because some people say a mid-carder and I might think they're a job guy, or someone might say mid-carder and they might be like a main event guy. But
hey guys, I'm gonna be saying good night.
All right, well, good night.
Good night.
I will join in. I will stay all night next week.
All right, the all-nighter with Geraldine next week. I'll bring and it'll be a good time.
All-nighter.
Excellent.
Sleep
See you later, guys.
We're gonna hold you to it.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a weird question. Nothing again. I don't even know how you answer that. Top 5 mid-carders.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Jackson, if you had a kid and that kid developed a role model relationship, this is what I was going back to earlier. with your favorite indie wrestler, would you let that kid go on the road with said wrestler? If said indie wrestler, well, first of all, they didn't go, well, they maybe this, I don't know. If said indie wrestler spit gum on your kid in a spot for some outlaw mud show, would you charge said wrestler like a mark and get your ass handed? I mean, kick his ass. I love JJ's a good guy, but I don't understand why he's doubling and tripling down. I'm not seeing anything wrong with a grown man spitting on a child. I mean, to me, that's just nasty behavior to spit on anybody. And especially on a kid. Like, I don't know why anyone really wants to defend this.
So who spit on a kid?
An indie wrestler. So the first guy goes up to the kid, puts his hand out like he's going to shake or whatever, and he does, this whole trick. That's fine. The second guy spits on like the kid's face. Spits down on the kid. And then his dad like runs at him and tries to beat him up. But I think the guy deserves to get beat up. I think that's actually illegal to spit on somebody.
It's now.
That's pretty nasty, yeah.
But I don't know. JJ's he's like a spitting on kids mark. It's weird, but
strange.
What is swax? Swax that ass.
If you got an ass, because it gets swaxed.
You got an ass?
I got an ass. Some say I don't, but I got an ass.
I like a nice plump ass.
You're kind of like that guy on the radio, DJ Curly Bear.
Never pass.
Mm-hmm.
Good tune. I've been told it's great. I agree with them. I think that guy's pretty talented. I have been wondering lately, and sure. I'm a humble man, but I've been really, there's a rap, like classic rock, Southern rock. Is there really a genre of music that I can't just perfect? That's what I've been wondering.
Reggae. I don't think you can do it.
Yeah. We'll find out. Man. JJ, if you could get away with murdering your co-host, would you do it?
I think that's what Jack's always dreaming about at night, isn't it? You're always dreaming about murdering people and getting away with it. Like how?
No, I never dream about the murder, just of disposing the body.
So what do? You just walk into your dream and there's a dead body.
Yeah, the person's already dead. Usually, I don't think I ever know how they died, but it's always, what do I do with them?
You call the cops.
No. I don't know for sure that I killed them, but the idea is I want to hide the body and get rid of the evidence. So either I killed them or someone I know has killed them. I think I'd kill them. And the idea is to get rid. It's definitely not to call the police.
Mm-hmm.
That would, I'm not going to call police on myself. It's always really, and then this isn't a bit. I'll wake up, like, honestly, like, I feel like nervous that like I'm going to be caught with, I remember clearly I've talked about this one where I ended up, where I cut the body up and I put it in the freezer and then I let meat go bad. And then I put it in with like bad pork and beef and stuff. And I put it together. So like, if it was found in the trash, they might think it's all just bad, barbecue or bad meat that I had in the freezer, and it thawed out and got bad and I threw it away. And then like, I forget what I think I didn't know what to do with the hair, the bones and the teeth. I actually, like broke, like I had like almost like a mortal pestle, and like smashed it into dust. And then I put them in bricks, but the meat I put into bags, into garbage bags. And then I put them outside and I woke up nervous thinking that the garbage man was going to find this body. Like literally nervous. Then it's, you wake up a dream, like a bad dream. And then, that was only a dream. It was like this. And the rest of the day, I was like kind of nervous, like that they were going to find me.
I know the name of your movie when you write this. You call it Garbage Day.
I don't know. Who was this? This bald, this kind of short, bald guy, smooth head. No, it actually was a woman with long black hair, and I remember at the time Annabelle thought it was her in the dream.
Let's see who it could be. It's not Steven. It's not Songman.
Certainly did have hair Vic. Much like Steven, honestly, but it was a woman though.
Oh.
Oh, the midnight hour is upon us, and so.
In the midnight hour, Stephen cries more.
But there's been multiple dreams about that. What do I do with the body? And I remember I put the smashed up teeth into bricks, and then my mom was like, "Don't," because then I was going to put the bricks in the walls in the basement, which actually I'm down here in the basement now. And I was going to, at the time we weren't doing the shows in the basement. And my mom like warned me. She was like, "Don't put because that'll leave something if they ever find it." So my mom was actually trying to help me dispose of the.
Oh my goodness!
Which I think is good though, because you should always help your family. So, the answer to that is no. I wouldn't kill Incher if I could get away with it.
I don't know if I believe that answer.
Might dream about it.
Yeah, well, that's different. I wouldn't dream about killing them. I might dream about how to dispose of them, though.
Oh, my goodness. Jeez.
It's different.
It's not different.
How about you? What's your answer, Mr. Smart Guy over here?
Oh,
the most honest man in all podcasting.
You're the one who claims that, but no, I would never kill Jackie Jones. Might want to punch him every now and then, but I wouldn't want to kill him. Just, a nice little jab here and there.
Fucking make you my bitch, just like the train tracks and Heat.
Nope.
I can walk 17 miles in the heat. You think a punch is going to phase me?
Just one of these knuckle sandwich.
Unfazed. If you hit me as hard as you could, Incher, okay? You're filled with rage. You've had enough. All the years, it's just pent up, and you finally see me and I say something. You're just so mad, and it brings back all the memories and the rage, and you punch me, and I just laughed. What would you do? That would have to get to you.
That would be very bad. Yeah. Just laughed.
Try to shoot me then.
I'd probably find somebody else and punch them.
The whipping boy.
Just to take my anger out on them instead.
John Garabedian wants to know, do you think Stephen Butler was sleepwalking on his birthday in Canada Town, telling the world to give him a bow down? Who's the real king of In Your Head with that July 1st Canada crown? Boom! Song man! Yeah!
Excellent.
Tyler Stevens wants to know, what happened to Joel from Portugal? That one I don't know. I don't know. On my Facebook. I think he still makes bad political jokes. Have you guys seen Snake Eater 3, where Bam Bam Bigelow is the bad guy?
No. I've seen the previews for it.
Did you see Snake Eater 2?
Rick Rude's mustache sent me all the previews, but I never watched a full Snake Eater film.
Have you guys seen Firepower, where Jim Hellwig plays the bad guy?
Didn't know he was in a movie.
He says it's great. Gives it 5 stars.
Excellent.
Laquan Vanderpool Higgins. If you could bang one member of the Headyverse, no strings attached, who would it be? The old. That's my technique. Do you have an answer? If you could bang one member of the Headyverse.
What? No, I didn't know that was the question.
If you could bang one member of the Headyverse, no strings attached, who would it be? Baby doll.
I don't know. I'm not answering this. This is craziness.
Geraldine.
This is craziness. I don't know. Who'd you say? You said me, right?
Yeah, Inchman.
Oh yeah.
But I would want.
I'd bang Jack.
I would want strings attached. You got to put a ring on this finger if you're getting this, since you're getting if you're getting the Jag Dong. Tyler Stevens, thoughts on Johnny Swinger?
Mm-hmm.
Dobbs Dean Maya. Have any of the Headyverse got together and had sex?
I don't know. You'd have to ask all the Headyverse members.
What's the plead the fifth? Tyler Stevens, fuck, marry, kill, take Ty Conte, Maria Kanellis, and Scary Sherry Martel. Well, she's dead, so we'll leave her dead. I don't want to kill someone living. Marry Ty Conte, and we'll do the old in and out with Maria Kanellis.
Bam. I'd marry Scary Sherry. I'd bang Ty Conte, and then I'd kill Maria Canals, even though she just had a newborn. Why are you asking me to do this, you crazy people?
I don't blame you. That's probably the best answer. Tyler Stevens, allegedly. Tyler Stevens, when does the Headyverse Guys with Fries calendar come out?
No.
I want to do Intros and Anti. I might be doing a Without Your Head one.
What?
You're against the Guys and Fries. You don't want to do it?
Oh, if I got to be in it, I don't want to be in it.
Yeah.
Why is the Without Your Head going to be doing?
Because I've got people in. John Dugan will be in it. Dan Yeager played Leatherface is going to do it. Lawrence R. Harvey.
Would you be down with the Guys and Fries, Vic?
I don't know about that one.
See?
That's why, no one wants to do it on In Your Head. I'll send you a signed copy.
I'll pass.
I thought it was supposed to be portly guys. And you're not portly.
It's supposed to be burly men.
Oh. Okay.
Like, manly, hairy men and fries. Oh, Greasy Strangler is going to do it too, Michael St. Michael's. Not necessarily a burly man, but. Would Intra walk the tracks if he got to punch Michael PSAs in the face as a reward when he got to the other side?
That is tempting. My luck, though, I'd be the one who get hit by the train. Jack Boy, he obviously wanted to get hit by the train. He could have got out of the way, but he wanted to take his own life by the train.
Well, that's what if you did. I'm like, man, he's sad, but he must have, been wanting to go out, and he didn't want to tell anybody, so he's using this as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Or he finally decided to drink and got all fucking wasted. That picked a hell of a time to do it.
Come on, let's pick this show up a little bit. I'm kind of hungry. I'm thinking about food right now.
Tyler Steven, what's your favorite Creedence Clearwater Revival song? I'm a big CCR fan. I like all of them. I like Fortunate Son, maybe.
Well, I'm going to go a deep track, and I'm going to go Walking on the Water.
How hard is Intra's dick for the Turner and Hooch reboot coming to Disney Plus? Mahogany.
Or particle board in this button. Just like that.
Tyler Stevens, what other wrestlers will be in the upcoming Hogan biopic and what actors will play them? I like to see Al Pacino and Robert De Niro as the Bushwhackers. That's pretty good casting.
I would like to see them run that by them and like, you want me to do what? You want me to lick the man's head?
You lick Al Pacino's head.
Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be in the character. You just got to lick my head. Come on, do it, Bob.
I don't know. It's a weird thing to cast.
I don't know. They got the main guy, which is like Chris Hemsworth, right?
Yeah,
He's going to be
playing the
Hulk.
Hulkster.
Yeah. So
who else is going to be in it? Brutus Beefcake. Roddy, you're going to need a Roddy Piper, I think, in a Hogan movie. I don't know who plays Piper.
maybe you get a son to play him.
I'm about to hit my head, guys. I'm out of here.
Good night, Song Man.
I know, Song
We'll see
Man.
you guys
Damn.
next week.
Damn, you got
Go.
food on your mind? He just keeps coming at you with questions. I'll see.
Oh, no, I got to get. We'll always see you as always. Night,
Tyler
guys.
Steven, what is the best foreign object?
Best foreign object.
I like it when they would just take
just reach
like
in and
tied up. It would be nothing.
Yeah, and it's like a nothing thing.
If you're good, you can get away with using nothing.
It makes you wonder, like, what the hell does he have that he's
Why is
using?
it hurting so bad?
Mm-hmm.
Memphis Wrestling, one of my favorite matches was called a coal miner's glove match. They put a coal miner's glove on a pole, and if somebody could climb the pole and get it, they could use it on their opponent.
Which a lot of people will just think of the Jake the Snake Sting match from WCW as the coal miner's glove match, but that was a famous match before that, and much better. That one wasn't particularly good.
Awesome.
Who's the next guest on In Your Head? I don't know. I don't know if people want guests. We went over this last week. Tyler Stevens, percentage wise, how honest are you? 99.997.
I'd say 99.9.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
99.99.
That's just a lie. We've already established you're very dishonest, but you're good.
What? What do you mean? When have I been established as dishonest? I'm always so honest.
He'll bring up the.
Oh my God! Well, he hates me. He just wants to bring up any. He says I'm lying about everything.
I think he's a pretty fair man. Speaking of the devil, are you surprised Vince Russo never named a knockout Sanjay Slut in TNA?
Maybe, yeah.
That is pretty funny. They would have had Sanjay Dutt and his valet Sanjay Slut.
No, that's pretty bad. He couldn't do that.
I like it. JJ! Jonathan Jackson wants to know, how excited are you that Virgil will finally end poverty on the 4th of July?
That'll be nice.
If I have to give an honest answer, which I kind of hate to do for this, but I will, I think it's kind of a shit thing to say and joke about that you're going to end poverty. I mean, this is a real issue that people suffer from. So make a mockery of it is kind of lame. But that's not to JJ, that's to Virgil. Tyler Stevens.
What do you think about him charging Brooke Hogan for a picture?
Oh, I'm all for that. That's good. Tyler Stevens will interplay the Virgil meat sauce game.
What? What is the Virgil meat sauce game?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is, Tyler. You should tell us what it is before.
Yeah, I've never heard of this. I don't know.
Is there no explanation?
I've never heard of it. If Incher walked in on Jack murdering a hooker, would Jack murder Incher before he could call the cops?
No.
Well, I mean, it all, I think
Incher, impossible. He couldn't
stop.
Incher
would, stand by his buddy.
Why? You want to murder hookers?
I don't want to, but maybe things went a little too far. You just jump to conclusion and assume I murdered her because I'm a psycho, and maybe it was in the heat of the moment. You gotta follow. You gotta find out the reasons here.
Like Jimmy Snuka.
Exactly.
You just decide to pick up a boulder and hit her in the head with it. Jeez.
That's not a funny thing to laugh about, Incher. What the hell?
Not. What the hell's the matter with us? We're going to get canceled now.
I do not support this.
Yes, he does. Look at that smile.
Dorian Doc Batau wants to know.
I think we found what lies in between that 0.97%. Look at that smile he had on his face.
What do you think about WWE scouting their own talent? It is funny that they have to send scouts to NXT. It's one thing they're sending scouts to NXT even before. I mean, that's kind of stupid.
Mhm.
You have a developmental so you can watch it. Why else is it even there? But if you're sending scouts to the nationally televised show, that's really stupid. You're telling everyone you don't even watch one of your own programs.
It's pretty bad.
The number 3 rated program.
What the hell was that? Oh. Hello, kitty. Meow.
Tyler Stevens browsing Tubi and noticed this was uploaded while you watch it. It's a Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull of professional wrestling. It's a documentary about Manny Fernandez.
Of course we'll watch it.
I'm a big fan of Manny.
Mm-hmm.
I like him chopping the marks. All right, that's the halfway point in the question.
Oh my God, I'm about done, man. I'm about out of here. What else you got?
I'm just kidding. Is it true that sometimes when Jack and Inch are touch, wait a minute. Is it true that sometimes when Jack and Inch are touch, Jack's honesty is too much and Jack has to close his eyes and Inch has to close his eyes?
I don't like to talk about those moments.
What would you do if you got Lexard?
Murder.
Enjoy the moment.
Take a big knife.
Have the Audio Soulmates played Swords?
I don't like to talk about those moments.
Sword fighting with Incher.
I'm a swashbuckler, though. I'll say that.
It is very pointy. In a week, how much time does Incher spend watching pornography?
None. I don't even know what that is.
Does Incher have siderodormophobia?
I assume there's an explanation because there is no explanation.
No,
I don't even know what that is.
The fear of trains.
Oh no, I would ride a train.
I know you would.
I knew that was coming, but I mean, you just don't step out in front of a train.
Oh, I thought you said you'd take a train in the butt.
No, that's what you do.
Oh my God, Inch so bad.
It's how you do whenever anybody makes a joke.
It was much more clever. No,
it's not. It's normally pretty about on the same level.
Usually like genius level comedy.
Oh, now you're lying.
If they made a Police Academy movie with wrestlers, who would you cast? The Big Boss, man.
Titus O'Neil has got to be in there. I mean, Titus would be perfect for that.
The Fashion Police.
Yeah, that would be good. Who else?
Ray Traylor, the Big Boss Man.
Yeah. Jim Cornette as like Sweet Chuck.
Who's the big lady with the big boobies?
Oh, that's Leslie Easterbrook.
Major Guns.
Yeah.
Because everyone's dying to see the return of Major Guns. Very topical reference. Tyler Stevens, what would DJ Curly Bear never do?
Never pass.
Exactly. Intra knows. Would you rather share a bed with Neil Jones or Dobbs Mia? That's to Intra from Robert Budzinski.
I'd say Neil Jones just because I know him.
He's hot.
Yeah.
When you guys, Tyler Stevens, when you guys shared a bed, did you sleep head to toe?
We never shared a bed, did we?
No. Tyler Stevens, would Intra consider becoming a train conductor?
Yeah.
You know, you talk about You talk about Nikhil, but Tyler Stevens must have sent in like 50 questions. I think we'll start limiting people to 2 or something. When Intra sees a train coming, he reacts like Winston in Ghostbusters 2.
Did anybody catch the number or the plates or something? I forget what he says.
What wrestler would Intra pay to record a cameo telling his friends and family that Intra is part of the LGBTQ community?
That's not a Tyler Stevens question. Mm-hmm. Braun Strowman would be a good one for that. Yeah.
Dobbs Dean Maya, after the pandemic is over, would you consider getting together with Incher and perform a seance and talk to Ted wrestlers? Do you think Benoit would agree to a Zoom interview? I've had this idea for years. We tried to do it with Abe Lincoln. Worked to varying degrees. Much like some movies I mentioned earlier, it was a bomb at the time, but some people look back at it as some kind of classic bit, but I think it was a failure. But I would do this. I would be all about this. I don't know if Incher's about this.
Let's do it.
Do it up. Did Incher get his willy out last week when he switched the lights off?
No. When I switched the lights off.
You turn the lights off to show if something glow in the dark.
Oh, that's right. No, I didn't get my willy out during that.
Has Intra ever farted during a group prayer at church?
No.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
No. The only thing that I saw, I've seen the door move a little bit when I was working at one of my, but I figured out what it was. It was the wind from the outside. It had like poor insulation and it was like pushing against the door.
I thought you were going to say something good, but it was because the guy behind it opened it.
I did see a guy that passed away in high school that looked exactly like him, and it was kind of like shocking. But no, I've never seen like an actual apparition that I would say was a ghost.
More about it. Al Wolf, do you think there's a porn parody of Turner and Hooch called Turner and Cooch?
Can't you ask Google that? I mean, or ask Jeeves.
Dobbs wants to know which is more important, money or fame?
Money.
Money, money, money. I want the fame.
Money.
Owl, are you surprised Canyon Seaman is the senior vice president of talent development for WWE and not a porn star?
That is true. That's a very porn star sounding name.
Imagine like a Seaman Canyon.
Yeah.
That's what they used to call Sonny's crotch.
Oh, come on, Jack.
Legend.
Poor girl.
Dodge the show. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I just want to take this opportunity and come out as a heterosexual male. Thank you.
Thank you, Dobbs.
Thoughts on the Bella twins apologizing for calling China a man 10 years ago? We went over this. I don't know, whatever. Nikhil Callahan's got a couple.
I'm done.
Well, this is actually a good question. These are the people that were fired. Do you have any memories of the Bollywood boys?
No. I have no memories of them.
Arturo Rios. Martina Shafir.
No.
Killian Dane. He's big.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Favorite memories of Tino Sabatelli.
Who?
What is your favorite match of Kurt Stallion?
Is he really asking us this?
These are the people that were fired. Yeah,
he's really asking us. I don't even know who Kurt Stallion is, Nikhil.
Fandango. I always went over him earlier.
Okay, Fandango. I think we could actually have a answer, but I would say probably I don't know, Chris Jericho. I liked him as the Fashion Police.
I did too. Tyler Breeze, I would put him with the Fashion Police for my favorite stuff from Tyler Breeze. Favorite moment of Arya Davari.
Arya Davari. I don't know.
Tony Nese. Actually, that's a guy I actually think he was good. He had a good look. He's big. I mean, he's short, but he's muscular. I think that's actually a guy you could do something with. Here's a good one though, Intro. What was your favorite memory of August Gray?
I don't know who August Gray is.
And the last one, Everrise. Is that like a yeast or something?
I guess.
Like a brand of yeast. What's your thoughts on the new Diamond Mine faction in NXT, which consists of Roderick Strong, Tyler Rust, Malcolm Bivens, and Hideki Suzuki?
I love them. They're the best.
Why do people get so upset on the internet when Eddie Kingston got a post-show promo about how great AEW is and how what they do isn't allowed on the other channel? I don't know why people get upset about this. Back in the day, people used to love it when they would talk bad about WWE and ECW.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are just bitches. Like they hate WWE, but then they start to cry if someone else makes fun of it, even though they don't like it themselves. Thoughts on Jericho replying back to Shotzi Blackheart about the blood and guts bump after she originally mocked him. He said there's a couple of chicks in WWE who said some stuff, and they should probably not have said that. They probably weren't trained any better, and in 6 months, they'll probably be asking us for a job. Anyways, and I remember that. So we'll leave it at that. I say bravo to Jericho.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Not much you can really say to that. I mean, she probably should just watch out for, like, I mean, she's not always going to be in WWE. They let go of people like crazy. So you might want to keep your words nice and sweet because you might have to eat them on your way down.
Do you think Conan being used by AEW more often? Do you see him being used? I would like that. I think he's a good manager for Proud and Powerful. I like that combination. I think it works. I was a little freaked out by his bump because I don't know for sure, but it looked like he had a big extension in his abdomen. It reminded me of when I had the bowel blockage.
Yeah.
It didn't look good.
Yeah, I was surprised that they did do that with him, though. And like he's like their manager now, it seems like. Is he joining the group or?
Yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Mm-hmm. He was good with LAX. When they had him with them, as the new LAX.
So, by the way, Disco Inferno said AEW buried Conan. Do you agree? I mean, no. The thing is, they always yell about people don't get heat, and then they get heat, and they say they buried the guy. You can't have it both ways.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they buried him.
No, I thought you have a good promo. They used him to get sympathy and get heat. Who did Jack beat in Chess Club final? TJ Otto.
Take that, TJ. You better practice up.
I saw him last summer.
Did you laugh?
I did.
Ha! Still remember that time when I beat your ass, TJ?
Kicked him in the shins. How many shows of AEW is Jack going to in September? So it's the end of August and September. I think 3, 2 in Chicago, 1 in Milwaukee, and then when I come back, I'm going to 1 in Boston. So
excellent.
4 shows. Looks like they teased Andrade versus Matt Sydal for his in-ring debut. Is that a match you're into? Yeah, I like Matt Sydal, and I think he has good matches, so that's a good one. Alberto Del Rio, we did that one earlier. Why do WWE release loads of people despite making loads of profit?
Because they're assholes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you could fire someone under contract. I get not renewing their contract, so when they expire, you let them go. I get that. You can't keep everybody, but I don't understand how you. I don't understand what good the contracts are if they can just let you go, but you can't. But you can never quit.
Yeah.
I don't see. Honestly, I don't see how it's legal. Why does Jack not like Mark Sterling, the lawyer from Jade Cargill? I just think he's terrible. I think it's really bad. I don't like it. I think it's one of the things I don't like at all in AEW is that group. I actually was starting to kind of like her, but I don't like the pairing. I don't think he's a good promo guy. I don't get it.
I hear you.
All the bits are just bad to me. Tommy Dreamer's back on Impact Wrestling. Will that make you watch it?
Yes, I'm watching it.
That's why Entry got back for Tommy Dreamer.
Just for Tommy Dreamer.
Predictions on Dynamite tomorrow. We have MJF versus Sammy Guevara. Oh, that'll be good.
I think you were serious when you said we're halfway through now. Like, honestly, I thought we were about done.
Still like Nikhil's question.
Two.
Well, MJF versus Sammy Guevara.
That's MJF versus Sammy Guevara.
I'm gonna say MJF wins, but that's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, I think they got to keep Sammy chasing it for a while. I don't think he can just come out and win.
Miro versus Brian Pillman Jr. for the TNT title. I like this. I think Pillman looks good in this match, but Miro has to win.
Yeah.
Non-title match: the Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and Penta. Since it's non-title, you could do Kingston and Penta win and then get the title shot.
Yeah.
Britt Baker and Rebel versus Nyla Rose and Vicky. I'm not particularly looking forward to that one. That's kind of a goof match to me. Sex, drugs, or rock and roll?
I like rock and roll myself. I'm a rocker.
I like the sex. You have to pick one. Which club would you go to? A gay or transvestite club? I actually had a really good time at a transvestite bar in Charlotte. Very fun. And I've had fun at a gay bar.
Go to the gay bar so I could sing the one song by what's her name?
Honestly, anytime I've been to anything like that, I've always had a good time because they're fun. They're fun people.
It's that band that had High Voltage, the High Voltage song, had Jack White in it. I forget his name, but
I did karaoke at transvestite bar. It was fun. The last AEW show in Jacksonville is tomorrow. What are your favorite memories, matches, and moments of Jacksonville?
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
It is nice to broaden our horizons, see some more places. Oh, come on, Nikhil. Dracula, Dead and Loving It. Are you a fan of the film? No, it fucking sucks. It's shit. I'm sorry, Nikhil, but that movie is trash.
I've never really properly watched it. I don't think
it's very bad. I'll give you Spaceballs over that. I mean, it's not even a comparison. I'm not a big Spaceballs fan, but it's The Godfather compared to Dracula, Dead and Loving. The film you were talking about last week with Steven Seagal dying early on was called Executive Decision.
Thank you.
All right. Al, does Jack regret not banging the It's Your Call gay guy? No, because I think he wanted to do the banging. But he was a very good-looking guy. He's a very good-looking Latino man. It did make me feel good. That he wanted to, not that we did anything.
Not enough to be a bottom or anything.
Right. No. I wasn't into doing anything, but it was flattering. I think he could have done a lot better. Tyler Stevens, where does honesty come from? The heart.
From the fart.
It's like a joke from.
I know it was a bad one.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Is Tom Hanks a bad person? I don't think so.
Why is he a bad person now? I don't even know. What did he do?
Mandy Rose or Ty Conti? Who would you rather? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Ty Conti in this one.
Yeah, me too. She's Brazilian.
If you could send one wrestler related tweet to your past self, what would it be?
What? One wrestler related tweet to myself?
Yeah. Don't book Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know.
Mute Barb on the Goldberg interview.
Okay, that's a good one. When will Drake Verts be a guest on In Your Head to discuss politics and religion?
Let's just get him on already. That sounds great.
Do it up.
Let's do it.
Would you rather flip burgers for the glory of God or sell your soul to be part of a cabal? I don't know where this is from, but there's nothing wrong with flipping burgers. I don't know why this has become a big negative.
He's claiming that the reason, if you read that post, he's claiming the reason WWE fired him is because he wouldn't be vaccinated.
Oh.
And that he'd rather, and he made that quote that he gave up a 6-figure job, but he'd rather be flipping burgers than.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of stuff that led to him.
Which is a bunch of crap.
Yeah. Favorite memory of Mortimer Plumtree from your young boy Brian Matthew Clutter.
I love Mortimer Plumtree. My favorite memory of him is when he gave his retirement speech.
All right, we only got 12 more to go. No, we got 2 more to go. I'll just get 2 more. Dobbs wants to know thoughts on this. The first transgender woman is competing for Miss USA.
The first transgender woman is competing for Miss USA. I don't know.
Whatever.
See if she wins or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, do you think WWE should make? I mean, I have a real answer to that, but I don't think this is the place for it. But I have no problem with this. I would say, okay, I'll answer a real question. I'll answer that. I think that's one of the ones I have a problem with is like the Olympics, sports, when they're physical competitions, because it's if you're born physically a certain way, your muscularity and your bone structure, your bone density is different, and it does not make it fair. Even if you've changed later in life, you still have those original makeups. Owl, but as something like this where it's just a beauty competition, yeah, I don't know, whatever. I think you'd be at a you wouldn't have an advantage. I think you'd be at a disadvantage. So. Owl, do you think WWE should make a Frankenstein movie where a wrestling fan makes his monster from parts of dead wrestlers and things go bad when he accidentally puts Chris Benoit's brain in the monster's body?
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. You and your memories. That's I'll go 13.
Well, that would be good. You get the body of the Ultimate Warrior. So then you put the brain of Benoit in there.
Yeah. Although Benoit was pretty ripped too. So.
He was short and had small arms.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the brain in the case that says abnormal.
Exactly, abnormal.
Abnormal.
All right. Thank you for. I don't know what this is. Train.
Bye.
Thank you. I want to thank everyone in the chat because they stuck through here.
Yeah, thank you for sticking through this.
Jonathan Jackson. Someone mentioned you, Incher. Oh, stick out the questions, Incher. You are the man.
Thank you.
Golgo added for the gay community.
The gay community. Where's AJ's apology? Where's AJ's apology?
He's kind of Teflon and stuff because he said some stuff and it's never bit him in the butt.
I mean, it's all over the internet. Like, I was sticking up for him at first until I found out there's like this mountains and mountains of incriminating evidence, and I was like, oh, sorry, AJ.
The world's flat.
Yeah, and believing the world's flat. That's bad. bad. I mean, poor Chris Sabin.
Do you think, this is an honest question, do you think McMahon gets a kick out of that? He keeps him there and he puts him in, and like he leaves the room and he like looks over at Bruce like, that guy thinks the earth's flat. That's good shit, pal, and just starts laughing.
Probably.
He doesn't believe there's outer space.
I don't know. Is there an outer space? Like, if a rocket leaves the Earth, where does it go? It's all conspiracy.
I have a question about the flat Earth, Fincher, before we go. So, if the Earth is flat, let's say this is the Earth. So, wouldn't it be day over the whole world, and then it would be night? So it wouldn't be like day here and night here if it was flat.
It'd just be the sun just
it
appears.
Would be day. The whole world would be day for a certain amount of time, and then it would be night for.
It just goes out like a light.
Right. It wouldn't be because it wouldn't. The reason why we have day here and it's night in Australia is because Australia's under here, so we're getting the light down on us. But if there's nothing down here, how would there be day and night?
Well, they call it the land down under.
Right, but on a flat Earth, there is no land down there. They're just the land over here.
It'd be like the moon.
Right.
The moon's made out of cheese.
That's true. The cheese. There is the Green Cheese Society on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I started, but I didn't. Some guy looks kind of like me started. But...
Shoot.
All right, let's get out of here.
You mean it?
I don't know. You want to go for another couple hours? Maybe do to like.
No, I'm hungry. I gotta eat something.
All right, go put it in the microwave and put one in the oven.
No.
I heard you got a bun in the oven.
Me?
I don't know.
Where would I get that in the oven?
Bet you're pregnant.
It's Junior all over again.
If the movie Junior was reality, the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. Oh man! All right, intro. I'm glad we're having a bit. You're having my baby. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to everybody next week.
One more time.
We believe in Lexar.
Believe in you, Lexar.
Lexar. And what if we had a new Lexar like the Razor Ramon and Diesel? We ain't gonna do that. We need the original.
We'll get him.
Only one Lexar. We can't have a fake here.
Yeah.